Hello, everyone. It's been a while, but welcome back. And today we are doing something a bit different than what I normally do. Um, Normally, I would be doing some sort of franchise, which it's not like I'm not doing a franchise. I still am. The difference here is we're not going to be playing literally single game or anything like that. This is not necessarily for like a YouTube video per se for like an audience, specifically for a group of people, and that group of people is the AFC South 2012 franchise that me and three other people did, and essentially, as it sounds, we played franchise with 2012 rosters in Madden 25. We're not on 26 yet here. My first actual franchise series will be on 26 though. Um, oops. But yeah, just want to give a background though here. We're just going to be simming and see how things go. I don't know. Gonna go 10 years, maybe more. Who's to say? I'm not sure. But what I can say is there's a lot of history in this. We've only gone 2 seasons to be fair, which is I think pretty impressive for a Madden franchise with more than two people. Um, but either way, we decided AFC South was the way to go because most of the teams were pretty bad. But that didn't really matter as everyone except for me as the Jaguars was in the playoffs both years. I was in it the second year, but quick backstory, I guess, of how each team did in the 2 seasons. So first, we'll start with me. Season 1 was pretty bad. I ended up having, I think it was the 7th pick, maybe 5-12 was the record. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember exactly, but we were not good. We had Blaine Gabbert at quarterback, and MJD was injured for part of the year. It wasn't a great roster at that point, but we had that pick. We also traded away Daryl Smith, who was like a 92 overall outside linebacker edge rusher, and Paul Postlesny, who, if you remember him, I do. He was like veteran middle linebacker when I started watching, but he was 26 at this point. But we shipped him off to the Buccaneers, who had Josh Freeman at this point, and they were bad, and they had the first overall pick. So we had the first and 7th overall pick in that draft, and we got some stuff for sure. A lot of things happened, so many things to be honest with you. We had round 1, pick 1. As I said, we traded for it, but we did not end up actually taking that pick. We traded it in a 3-way trade with the Texans, who are a user, and the Dolphins. So I, as the Jaguars, got Andre Johnson from the Texans and the 2nd pick overall from the Dolphins. And with that pick, we took Andrew Luck. And then we also took, with our 7th pick, Luke Kuechly. So we got both of them, which was awesome because we really needed a quarterback, really needed a better middle linebacker, although Dante Mock was pretty good. The other team, the Texans, they got the 1st overall pick, and they took RG3, who they really wanted. And you can see he kind of got him up to pretty good overall with Superstar Dev and kind of broke some records and stuff, which I'll show eventually. But for now, this is who he has, and this is who he really was wanting. And I was like, sure, I'll do that trade. I get Andre Johnson out of it, but I did end up trading Andre Johnson. So it's fun stuff. But let's just go roster by roster, actually, because I'm seeing that our history is a little bit intertwined here, and it can be a little confusing. But essentially, we're just going to be following each team at once and just kind of go through and see how they perform. So first off, we have Andrew Luck. Like I said, we drafted him second overall. He wasn't particularly amazing, obviously, stats-wise, under 3,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, 25 picks, but he still gave us the talent that we needed to compete in games, because we didn't have that at all. Running the football, MJD, man, he's a fucking beast. He's insane. I mean, you look at the numbers; they speak for themselves. Almost 3,000 yards across 2 seasons and 33 touchdowns is pretty good. And also did get some work in the receiving game. And Greg Jones, he was a beast. Great fullback. So Antonio Brown. How did we get Antonio Brown? Great question. Well, that was the Andre Johnson trade. He wasn't doing too hot for us in the first 6 or 7 weeks. He really wasn't performing that well. So, and then he also asked, "Hey, can you give me 100 catches and 20 rushes on the season?" Even though I have nowhere near that amount. And I was like, "No." So I'm gonna trade you. So I traded him to the Steelers for AB and my strong safety, Troy Polamalu. Now, I did have to give up, I think, first as well. It was worth it, though, because AB was so much better. Mike Thomas was a pretty good receiver for us. He was our year 1 star, to be honest. We did get some people in the offseason to kind of help, because otherwise it was literally just Mike Thomas and no one else is really that good. That's why his play kind of stepped down, but that's not a bad thing, because AB came in. He was pretty solid for us, almost 1,000 yards. But we spread the ball up pretty evenly. We did sign Mario Manningham, obviously legendary catch in the Super Bowl for the Giants. He didn't do a ton, but he was a good third receiver for us. We had Aaron Hernandez. We traded for him from the Pats for I think it was a 3rd round pick or something else, and there's something else in there too. He was awesome. Now, terrible person in real life. We're retconning this is what if, right? Type of thing. Let's just say he decides to not be an absolute horrible person. And he was really great for us. He was very really good. Really good. 10 touchdowns, 918 yards. He was electric in some games. Then we had a really good O-line, across the board. One of the best lines in the league, and they were pretty good. I mean, I don't want to go super in-depth on everyone on our team. There's going to be a few guys I pay more attention to than others for each team, but yeah, O-line was great. Tyson Alualu, former Steeler. I'm a Steelers fan, by the way. He was really solid. He ended up having 2 pretty good years, actually. Let's see, I forget what he had, but yeah, so he had 8.5 sacks and 16 tackles for loss in his first year, and then 22 and then 10. He was pretty good. Jeremy Mincey was a solid D tackle, or right end, I guess. Knighton was solid D tackle, nothing crazy. We traded for Dwight Freeney from the Colts in the offseason after the first season for a 3rd round pick, and he was really good for us. He was solid for the Colts, but clearly, 15 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks. That's not quite the elite numbers that you want from Dwight Freeney. So he figured, hey, the Colts user was like, let's just try to pick up a 3rd, or there maybe was something else in that trade. I can't remember exactly, but we gave him a 3rd, and it was worth it for us because he was so good. 23 tackles for loss and 14 sacks. Yeah, he was electric. Middle linebacker, like I said, we had Kuechly. He was really good. And the real big surprise on this defense was Dante Mock. We brought him in, it was like late, maybe week 10 in the first season. And we just needed some linebackers with speed because holy crap, our guys were like 80 speed at the highest. It was bad. But he was really good season 1, and then he came in season 2, and he was still really good because, he's a great user, super fast. Clint Session was also an underrated guy for us. He had a ton of sacks. Yeah, 15 and a half sacks, 24 tackles for a loss. Year 1. Year 2, pretty similar year. Probably better even. 23 tackles for a loss, 16 and a half sacks. He was really good for us. Great pass rush. We brought in Casey Hayward in the draft. He was a 3rd-round pick. He was all right. Didn't do anything super crazy. Derek Cox was here for year 1 and 2. He was our best corner just by default. He was the only one who actually could do anything for the most part. We signed Darius Butler. He was all right. Nothing crazy otherwise. Chris Krasinski was another guy. He was a rookie when we started at 24 years old. He was originally a strong safety, and he was really good as a strong safety year 1. Kind of production-wise went down, but that's because he didn't have to do as much because our defense got better. But he was good. And Troy was honestly a little underwhelming, but still good. Scobie, great kicker for us. And punter, it's not really worth talking about. But, I mean, for the most part, that's, really all we have to talk about for the Jaguars. For our season, we went, like I said, 5-12 year 1. Year 2, we went 11-6. And that was a really nice change because we had to do a lot of changes to be fair to this roster in the offseason, but it was really fun to turn this team around into a 11-win playoff team. And I'll get into how the second season really turned out after I look at the other teams for you guys. So let's head on down to the Texans. So, as I said, RG3, number 1 overall pick. He was insane, obviously. 6,500 yards, 67 touchdowns. Did throw 22 picks. Did have a 53 completion percentage, but still won MVP and stuff like that. He breaks records. You're going to win MVP, right? Also was great on the ground. 617 yards on the ground with 19 touchdowns. That's really good. Yeah, he was really good. Just really off to say with that. The interesting thing that was the big talk of the town, I guess, for the Texans in the offseason was trading away their franchise quarterback, which you might be thinking, who the hell was the Texans franchise quarterback in 2012? Because if you guys remember, Matt Shaw was, I believe, the guy at that time, and yeesh. But no, the Texans user, he was able to somehow develop Terrell Pryor into a beast. 7,100 yards, 53 touchdowns, 20 picks. He also won MVP. The issue was he kind of choked in the playoffs and lost. Can't remember exactly if it was the division or the AFC Championship, but he lost, and he was traded away because Texans user did not like how he played in the playoffs, and he was shipped off in that 3-way trade to Miami, and he was all right there, but he still put up amazing numbers season 1. He was a pain to go against, though. I do not need to look at the Dolphins, that's for sure. Moving back to the Texans, Arian Foster's I mean, the one thing that's true about this division at this point in time is that their running backs were so good. Like literally three of the best in the entire NFL at that point in time were in there. CJ 2K we'll get to, Arian Foster and MJD. Like it's absolutely insane how that one division can have three elite running backs. Yeah, year one put up 1,000 yards, 22 touchdowns on the ground. Year two just did not get a lot of running. Like Texans user really didn't run that much, but he's still very productive. 6.6 yards per carry. Did have 18 touchdowns on the ground. Sorry, 8 touchdowns. But where he got a lot of work was in the receiving game. I mean, insane. I think he was the third or second highest receiving yards year one with almost 100 catches, 1,900 yards, 15 touchdowns. Stepped down in year two, but still very good, especially for a running back. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, so he was really good. Tommy Streeter, franchise legend for the Texans, was drafted as a rookie here. What was he? I think he was like a 5th-round pick, I believe. Yes, 5th-round pick. He was insane. 93 catches, 2,100 yards, 18 touchdowns. I mean, he's a legend. It's unfortunate that he died. Not actually. It's more of a joke. But Ted Ginn was also very good for him. What happened to his... Oh, Roscoe Parrish. He was also a guy who was good for him. He just regressed. Owen Daniels didn't really do anything super crazy. The only O-lineman really to mention for the Texans is Dwayne Brown. And he is very good, but, I mean, you can see Eric Winston wasn't bad either, but, I don't know. Not a great group there overall. But J.J. Watt, he is very, very good, obviously. Numbers-wise, didn't put up, like, super crazy numbers like he did in real life at this point, but he did still have really good seasons. 12.5 sacks in the most recent. Antonio Smith was also solid on the other side for him. And Sean Cody was actually pretty good D-tackle. He didn't really get too much production from Barwin or Reed, but Brian Cushing was pretty good. That was his user, I believe. And, I mean, obviously racked up a bunch of tackles, had the tackles for loss, but the 11 picks across 2 years really shows that he was using him, and he was pretty good at it. D'Amico Ryans really didn't get involved too much. Neither did Mario Williams, which I was surprised looking back. And Jonathan Joseph, he's obviously a very good corner based on his overall and everything. He was really good for him as well. So we'll definitely keep an eye on him. And then Kareem Jackson, Daniil Manning was actually pretty good as well. He has Glover Quinn as well. But this Texans team, it's very interesting because he does have some really high-end players, but there's a lot of players you're like, they didn't really do a ton, to be honest. But it didn't really matter. He had just so much firepower with just RG3 and Tommy Streeter, Arian Foster. That's like, and Ted Ginn. That's like all he needed on offense. And then defensively, he just needed Brian Cushing, his safeties, and Jonathan Joseph and JJ. Like, that was really it. Didn't really need the whole team to do well. He just needed those elite guys to really pull it together, and they did. But unfortunately, did not really work out for him in terms of Super Bowl wins or anything like that. Never got an AFC Championship game win either. So, very unfortunate on that end, but did get the MVP awards both years. So, I'm sure he's okay with that. Moving on to the Titans, who are fielded by Jake Locker, who was a rookie, again, starting off. And he put up some really good numbers, to be honest. I mean, a lot of picks, very much so. But almost 5,000 his first year with 48 touchdowns. And then second year, 5,800 yards, 63 touchdowns. Great season. Other than the picks, obviously. Rushing really not the type of threat like RG3 is. But he was great. Also, did get Blaine Gabbert as a backup. God, I hated Blaine Gabbert so much. But CJ2K, I mean, again, so good in real life, but also in the game. Um, Over 7.5 yards per carry both seasons, 1,700 yards year one, almost 2,000 year two, 18 touchdowns on the ground both times. Had a ton more receiving work in year two, 800 for 9 touchdowns. Yeah, he was just really good. He was so hard to stop. I mean, 98 speed, 98 acceleration, 97 agility. It's hard to stop on its own, but when you add like the skill that he has, it's hard to stop. Um, Receiving wise, Kenny Britt really turned into a star. Really did. Just 2 back-to-back really good seasons. I mean, nothing much to say there. Just look at the stats, speak for themselves. That's a pretty damn good season. But the big star of this team, and you might be saying, but CJ2K, he's like 99 overall and everything. Yes, he is. But Mark Mariani, man, he's like a folklore type of guy. Like, you bring up his name and people are like in awe of the idea of a Mark Mariani. Stat wise, like, yeah, he's only an 83 with the morale boost, and he doesn't look all that insane, but he didn't play year one. He was just like a special teamer. Year two, he was really good for no reason, and it was insane seeing it happen before my eyes. I saw it 3 times this year, which is a little bit of a spoiler to like literally in a second when I talk about it. But 1,500 yards, 21 touchdowns. But this man could just like go up and make insane plays whenever he needed them, and he was so annoying playing against. But I just couldn't be mad because it was just like he's just really good somehow. And then Nate Washington, I think, had some good receiving work as well. Jared Cook as well, man. He was also a very important piece of this offense. I mean, over 1,000 yards both seasons, 22 touchdowns across both seasons. Always really good to have a tight end who can do that for you. His O-line had 2 really good tackles in Michael Roos and then David Stewart. Inside-wise, I mean, solid, but like nothing to write home about. The defensive line wasn't that great except for the interior. The interior was pretty damn good. Jarrell Casey and Carl Klug were actually pretty effective as a duo there. But Akeem Ayers is really where they thrived. He was so good year 2. Year 1, he looked really promising as a rookie. Year 2, he went apeshit. 26 tackle for a loss, 21 sacks. He was very good. He drafted Demario Davis. I believe he was I want to say he was a 3rd or 2nd round pick. He was a 1st round pick. Never mind. I forgot. He was top end of the back end of the 1st. But he was, good player for him. Ended up being the user, I believe. And then Will Witherspoon. He won Defensive Player of the year 1. He was really good. He was also really good year 2, to be honest. It's kind of surprising based on his overall and everything, and stat-wise doesn't look all that impressive, but it's pretty good, to be honest. So there's Cortland Finnegan and Jason McCourty. That was a really good duo for him. Made it difficult to throw against them. Michael Griffin, also really good safety. And yeah, I mean, he also had Johnny Hecker as punter. So I drafted him originally, but then I put him on the practice squad because he was just, I don't know what it was about this draft class, but their kicking ratings were really just low. And I was like, I don't want him. I'd rather have a guy with 90-plus kick power. But this team did win the Super Bowl year 2. It was such a unfortunate thing for me because I faced him in the AFC Championship game, and it came down to the last play. It was such a good game. You wouldn't even believe it. I wish I had video evidence of it, but it was such an insanely good game. so down to the wire, so back and forth. And we put on good games every single time this season because we played 3 times total. I won the first 2. He won the third one, which mattered the most. But each time we had just bangers, and it was very fun to compete against the Titans user. In year 2, year 1, he was destroying my team because my team is booty cheeks, and that was not fun. But lastly, we'll talk about the Colts, who don't be fooled by the ratings. Kirk Cousins was not the starter. He was drafted to be the starter eventually, but we didn't make it that far. But we have Peyton Manning, 37-year-old Peyton Manning. What if he stayed with the Colts? Is kind of the what if scenario there, and he was pretty good, honestly. Almost 5,000 yards with the Colts, 42 touchdowns. Year 2 had definitely more of a down year, but not bad. I don't know why I'm looking at rushing. It's not his strong suit, believe it or not. Damn, that's unfortunate that he retired. Priest Holmes, this big name for the Colts running back room. He was really good. He retired this season, but year 1, he was their lead back, and he was insanely good. He also won the Super Bowl MVP that year because the Colts did win the Super Bowl year 1. And then year 2, he was a backup because not Bills. He's a Bills fan, but Colts user, he wanted CJ Spiller as a Bills fan. And he was really good. 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns. I mean, yeah, he's an insanely good player. Colts receivers, Pierre Garçon, Eddie Royal. Those were the 2 big ones there. They were both very good. Ladarius Green, I'll show his stats. He was drafted in this draft, and he was insane. 1,600 yards, 14 touchdowns. Former Steeler, shout out. But he was really good. And the Colts definitely had the second best O-line overall in the series. Costanzo is a really good left tackle. Buenning, I don't know how his name's pronounced, but he was a solid left guard. And Ben, yeah, I don't know, Ben. I don't want to mess up his last name for everyone's sake. He was very good as well. Defensively, Cavell Connor, 90 overall, pretty good. But Jerry Hughes is really more of where the talent went and production went. 12 sacks both seasons, 24 tackles for loss this season. He was really good. What else? Bobby Wagner, yeah, he drafted Bobby Wagner, and he really developed insane amounts. I think he won Defensive Rookie of the Year. He did. I debated between him and Kuechly. I don't regret taking Kuechly, but Bobby Wagner was very good for Colts user. I mean, 135 tackles, 6 picks, 13 tackles for a loss. He was really good. Corner, Leotis McKelvin, and not surprisingly not Orlando Scandrick as the pick getter. Jimmy Williams, when I was looking through, shocked me to see he had 11 picks across 2 years, 7 in this past season, which is insane. But he has some good secondary guys, Antoine Bethea, and then the legend Joe Lefegid. Again, don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but he was really good. 9 picks across 2 years. He was involved in every aspect of the game, and he was somehow just insane for no reason. He's the Mark Mariani of the defensive side of the ball, to be honest with you. And no Adam Vinatieri for season 2 or season 1, actually, I believe. David Bueller was here though, and he was really good. He also had Tucker. We don't talk about him, but Pat McAfee, obviously, we know how good he was. Yeah, overall, I mean, that's essentially all of the history there. I believe that's it. I don't know if there's much more. I guess I'll show the stats wise. I mean, the records. You can see their names now, so I'll address them by their names. Dawolf, who is the Texans. Vewdew was the Colts, and we'll call him CJ because that's what his name is on Discord. Was the Titans. I was the Jags. So, I mean, really close division. 13-4 for both Houston and Indy. 12-5 for the Titans, and 11-6 for me. And the season was just wild overall. As you can see, Titans won 37-21 over the Michael Vick Eagles. Not the standings. That's not what I want. I want the schedule. So playoff picture-wise, we can get a nice little breakdown. We all handled our first round matchups pretty easily. Beat the Terrell Pryor Dolphins to go on and play the Texans, and CJ's Titans destroyed my Steelers, and Voodoo's Colts handled the Chargers, but unfortunately could not take down CJ, even with CJ having some lag issues. He still managed to be winning. And then I had an insane game against the Wolves Texans because I hadn't beat him the entire series, and the last game we had played, it was very frustrating because I screwed myself over. I had him beat, but I took a timeout on accident when I shouldn't have because he stayed in bounds and didn't have any timeouts, and I screwed myself over. But this time, I showed out. I mean, Andrew Luck didn't. He did what he had to do, though. He didn't do much. Only 80 passing yards, but we had 9 sacks on RG3, 3 picks. MJD was really good, but it was very fulfilling to beat him after he just had his way with me, unfortunately. And then we get to the AFC Championship, and man, that was it. You can see the score is just 38-35. It was such a good game. Andrew Luck did not look very good. Jake Walker looked good outside of his completion percentage. The run game for both teams wasn't that great, to be honest. Mark Mariani was insane. I don't know, the stats don't really show, I guess, how insane the game was, but it was an insane game. It was truly, truly insane, and I wish I had video of it, but do not. But I think it's enough of me yapping. 33 minutes. So let's get to some simulation. So we did set everything to auto. Let me make sure I did one last time before I do any more simming. Is it under? I forget. But we did set it on everything on auto for us. Coach fire in only because we do want to stick with our teams and see how we do. We have all of our normal settings on. Did I? Okay. No, I'm glad I looked because I did not have it on auto. So now I have everything on auto. Auto progress everything. Yes. Awesome. So we have all of our stuff on auto, all 4 of us, and we're going to see, because we're not playing this franchise anymore. Time to move on to Madden 26, plus we're busy with other stuff. It was the summer. We had other things going on now, and it's for the best, I think, to call it there. Even though I feel like I could have maybe made a run for the Super Bowl year 3, it's okay, though. But we're gonna sim and see how each team continues and how the players do across a handful of years. So let's go ahead and get into it. We're just gonna sim to the draft because, again, auto everything. we should be making signings. Now, one big thing before I sim, so you can see the story, Chris Johnson is going to be a free agent because he did not want to re-sign in Tennessee for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the money. Maybe he didn't feel like he was being valued enough, which I don't know how much money he was asking for, but he's going to be hitting the open market, and we'll see where he ends up. But yeah, that's not what I wanted. Let's sim to the draft, and then we'll take a look at what free agents went where. Very interested to see where CJ2K specifically ends up, because he's probably going to be the best player by a long shot. The free agency recap was last week. Okay, can we see that again? I don't remember. But before the draft, I guess let's take a look at teams to see where anyone added. I guess we'll just go from the top. Did anyone get added to the Jaguars? Doesn't look like it. From my memory, we didn't have a ton of money to work with after signing our own guys. I think we had Chris Ivory. Yeah, no, we didn't really sign anybody, like, at all. I'm seeing all these names, and I'm like, yeah, we had these guys. Let's go and check the Texans. Again, not seeing. I think this guy was not on the team. I don't know why they would have signed him, though. Maybe he was on the team. That doesn't look. No, they definitely. I don't know. There's no way he had 3 left tackles, right? I don't know. I don't think so. But it doesn't look like he got to sign anyone either. To be fair, I'm pretty sure a lot of us had very little cap space at this point. Did not mean to do that. Let's go check Titans roster. It looks like they managed to bring back CJ2K, though. I don't know if he franchise tagged him. I forget if that's what he said he did. Looks like he did. So, I guess all that hoopla for nothing. Oh well. I mean, yeah, it does not look like anyone did anything, which, to be honest, didn't really need to do a ton. We just kept our players, and that was really it. I feel like, I don't know why I keep backing out. I need to go see Colts roster. I think the Colts might be the only one that I'm really curious to see if they signed anyone, because I feel like he had some older guys, but it really does not look like anyone signed for any of these teams. And I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that, because I'm hoping that doesn't mean something's messed up with the auto. We're just gonna check out the first round and see who gets drafted. So, by the way, this is real life draft class of 2014, 2013, 2014. So, this has, like, Lane Johnson, Sheldon Richardson, Ziggy Ansah, Desmond Trufant, Kyle Long, Xavier Rhodes, Cordell Patterson, Tyler Eifert. I mean, this is not that great of a draft class. Like, quarterback-wise, this is a terrible draft class. But you have Geno, who does end up being a pretty solid quarterback in the NFL. Lev Bell, really good running back. Love Lev Bell as a Steelers fan. D-Hop, obviously. This is a really good corner class, I'm pretty sure, outside of T. Milliner. Trufant, Rhodes, Darius Slay, obviously. Alford was all right. You got Tyrann Mathieu, Jordan Poyer, some guys that moved to safety and find success. Logan Ryan, same thing. Micah Hyde, same thing. You got some other guys. I mean, it's not a bad draft class, but there's a reason why I traded away my first overall pick to make some other things happen. But let's see what the Texans take with their pick, which they traded to the Raiders, I believe. And they swapped. So let's see. They take Desmond Trufant, so they add to the corner room. Let's go ahead and sim to the next user pick, which is the Colts at 27. And they take Barkevius Mingo. That's not a great pick. Mingo was never really that good. He was just kind of an alright player for Browns and Patriots. I forget if he played anywhere else. And then lastly, see where the Titans go. Let's see it on the top right. That's Madden. Oh wow, that's a crazy pick. But Lev Bell to the Titans. That's going to be very interesting to see what happens for the rest of the franchise, because CJ2K is on a 1-year franchise tag. When they just drafted Lev Bell with their first round pick, that's going to be an interesting story, and also that's a really good duo, like insane duo. We're just gonna sim the rest of the draft and see how everything kind of shook up. So we didn't have a ton of picks. We had an actually shit draft, like terrible. Chris Thompson, I remember him. He was for the Jags. No, he wasn't for the Jags. Did he play for the Jags? Where did he play? Hold on, I need to look this up. I know he played for the Commanders, old name. He was a Jag. I thought he was too. For 1 year, his last season. Okay. He was in Washington for like 8 years. Cool. Well, he is fast tracking himself to be a Jag, and he's fast. And he's a solid receiving back. I think he would have been kind of fun to have on kick returns and stuff. Corey Fuller, dude. I forgot about Corey Fuller. Man. Where did he play? I forget where he was at. Corey Fuller. That is not the Corey Fuller I'm looking for. Yeah, that guy is not that Corey Fuller. Yeah, this Corey Fuller. He played for Detroit for 2 years. I had him in one of my old Madden franchises at some point. Oh, and he's white. Okay. Cool. A 60 overall, man. He wouldn't have been really important. And we also took 2 more running backs because of my watch list. That I should have probably not had them on my favorites list. That's Spencer Ware and CJ Anderson. Hey, our running back room is safe. Let's look at the Colts. So they took Mingo. Larry Warford, I do remember being a solid guard. Nothing super crazy. I mean, I think Charles Johnson probably would have turned into someone good if we were actually playing, just based on his speed. Just because that's just how users work in Madden. Usually, speed prevails. Let's go to Titans. Obviously, Lev Bell. Oh, there you go. He took Juszczyk, and he's a Niners fan, so I'm sure he's happy about that. Also, Marquise Goodwin, which he would have loved, I think, for 98 speed. He would have loved that. Took Luke Wilson with 2 L's. Rex Burkhead. Brett Maher. Interesting. And I don't know who Stephanie is, but this is definitely the best draft so far of the division. And then the Texans, obviously Desmond Trufant, pretty good player for his prime. Outside of that, Logan Ryan was a good pick for him. And that's pretty much it, I would say. In terms of this draft, how does this draft class shake up? Trufant was the best player. Hopkins on the Steelers. Oh my God. Okay. Hopkins with Emmanuel Sanders and Andre Johnson. I'm assuming he's still there. And then Slays on the Panthers. It's an interesting draft. Yeah, there's some really good players in this draft, but it's not super deep of a class. But let's go ahead and move to the regular season, and let's see how it goes. So, we are just going to sim to mid-season. I think that's just going to be a good spot. Yeah, mid-season. Let's go. Let's see what things are looking like. Let's see how the teams are playing and all that jazz. And as this happens, I am just keeping an eye on the Bears Vikings Monday Night Football game, week 1. And okay, 17-12 Vikings. The ball. Who did JJ throw his first touchdown to? Justin Jefferson. Makes sense. Okay. Sim is over, and why do I see Matt Moore as a Steeler? And I don't want to see it ever again. Whoa. Holy shit. Jeez. Okay. Wow. Very interesting. This is definitely not how it would turn out if we were playing. Jags 7-0 at the midseason mark. Houston at 5-2. I think that would have been more realistic. Tennessee at 2-4. Indy at 0-6. Insane. Our team is playing lights out. Our defense is insane. Our run game's insane. Andrew Luck still doesn't have to throw it that much, because why would he? Now, let me see. Can I find the download center draft class for whatever year this is supposed to be? Hold on. Do I already have it? I don't remember. Let me double check to see which file is which. So I think this is 13 that we just used, because they have it labeled, and it confuses me in how they label. Okay, so we're looking for 14. Got it. So let's go ahead and download a new draft class. Let's see if we can find 2014. So we're looking for just type in 14. Doing this with my left hand, not because I'm doing anything else, but because I'm holding my microphone, just to clarify. But yeah, let's download this 2014 draft class. Oops, why did I back out? Fuck you, why'd I do that? All right, let's try it again. Yeah, download keyword 1-4. Download. Import 419 players. I, again, don't know who's in any of these draft classes off the top of my head. Oh, yeah, this is a pretty good one. This is going to be an interesting one. Jadeveon Clowney, Khalil Mack. Oh my God, Blake Bortles. You got Derek Carr, Jimmy G, Johnny Manziel, GOAT, Tom Savage, GOAT. Yeah, this is still not a great quarterback class, but there's some pretty good players in here. Who's here running back wise? I like some alright guys. No one like super amazing. Sammy Watkins. You do have Mike Evans, Odell. You got Brandon Cooks. Those are all pretty good receivers. Devontae Adams, Jarvis Landry. I swear Jordan Matthews was already in. Oh, well. Allen Robinson. Oh, Martavis Bryant, my king. How I would have wanted to draft him. I would have wanted him so badly. It's pause, but, you know. Tight ends. Cameron Brate. Oh, Crockett Gilmore, dude. I forgot about him. Ebron, Austin Strait, Jenkins. Ooh, Zach Martin. Jawan James, my GOAT. Joel Bitonio. I didn't know he started as a tackle, to be honest with you. But, yeah, Khalil Max, big one. Jadeveon Clowney. I would have loved to draft Stephon Tuitt as a Steelers fan. Aaron Donald. Yeah, this is an insane defensive class. Got Anthony Barr. CJ Mosley. Oh, Ryan Shazier. Fuck, dude. Again, would have loved to draft him. Man, that was a pretty good Steelers draft class to get them. Although they did end up with Justin Gilbert at some point too. I don't remember how, but he did get to the Steelers, I'm pretty sure. Oh, they got Clinton Dix, which they are not allowed to show for some reason. Stupid Madden. I mean, I know why, but oh my god, Deion Buchanan. Oh wow. He was like Isaiah Simmons before Isaiah Simmons existed, dude. I forgot about him. Man, he was always like a franchise target in like 4 or 5 years of Madden's. But did we get any trades? I'm curious if any trades happened here for this division specifically. AFC South. Well, it does look like we had some guys re-sign, which is good. It looks like CJ 2K will be staying in Tennessee long term. Mark Mariani, a lot of guys re-signed here. No one traded though. We'll check up on the stats after the full season. I did see RG3 was leading in yardage, but let's go ahead into the playoffs and see overall where the stats land. Let's see. I'm interested. 7-0 is crazy for the Jags. Not that the team isn't worthy of it. I'm just shocked because I didn't get anything close to that, like ever. So it's nice to see. It's nice to see that my team building paid off so far. But let's see how it pays off to this point. We end up at 15-2, and it looks like we have a first round bye, and we do. Texans go 12-5. They continued a pretty good season. Tennessee bounced back and gets a wild card spot at 11-6, but Indy, second worst team in the AFC at 5-12, and that's kind of surprising. But let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. Looks like RG3 fell out of the top of the yardage. AFC South as a whole, RG3 still had a great season though. Wow, I mean, did really well in the sim. 4,700 yards, 45 touchdowns, 14 picks, 75 completion percentage. You compare that to what dawolf did, man. That's night and day different. Jake Locker had a pretty good season as well. Andrew Luck had a solid season, but Kirk Cousins is the first time starter now. Not a great year, but not awful. What's kind of hoping for more, especially being up to an 83. Obviously, morale bringing him down a bit. You expect a little bit better, but it's his first year starting, so we'll see how he develops and if he can actually grow into being the type of quarterback he was in real life. In terms of the run game, MJD was insane. 1,500 yards, 19 touchdowns. Did fumble 4 times, which is a lot, but Arian Foster, 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. CJ 2K, though, actually down year by a good margin. Almost not even 800 yards. Under 4 yards per carry, which is not what you want to see. And he did get 16 touchdowns, but that's interesting. And they did re-sign him. And if you scroll down here a bit, Lev Bell didn't get a ton of work either. So it kind of just seems like the run game wasn't as efficient. And CJ Spiller especially showed the efficiency was not there. 618, 7 touchdowns for the Colts. I mean, did not really seem like the Colts had a lot going for them offensively in this season. Receiving, Tommy Streeter did lead in terms of yardage, and it looks like receptions as well. 93 for almost 1,200 and 10 touchdowns. Did that also lead? No, it did not. Arian Foster still keeping the receiving game going. That's realistic for this, though. Kenny Britt had a pretty good year. 1,100 yards, 7 touchdowns. Garcon had a good year, 1,000 yards, 4 touchdowns. Mike Thomas back into the 1,000-yard season range. Jared Cook still putting up good numbers. Ted Ginn had a good season. AB almost identical to the season last year. Owen Daniels looks pretty solid. Jeff Mail is getting starting role somehow. Nate Washington was solid. Hernandez was solid. Mariani sadly not putting up receiver one numbers. Manningham was solid. I mean, a bunch of like pretty solid seasons across the board for some of these guys. Definitely not lacking in terms of receiving. Sacks wise, honestly, not terrible for some of them. I will say 8 sacks given up from the center position for Shelley Smith is pretty bad. But in terms of Madden numbers wise, like anything under 10 is, especially at tackle, is pretty good. I mean, you see like tackles are just never going to give up very low amounts of sacks. Like it's just not going to happen. Tackles, Bobby Wagner leads for that. Tackles for a loss, Cavell Connor on 19. Sacks, he had 16 for JJ, 13.5 for Antonio Smith. That's a crazy duo. 12.5 for Witherspoon, 12.5 for Session, 10 for Alu. Everyone else had under. Dwight Freeney definitely regressing. Keem Ayers, not as good of a year, but still solid. Picks, Casey Hayward, going crazy, 5 picks. Everyone else had like 4. Trufant, nice rookie year there, 4 picks. Let's see, fumbles, anyone with crazy amounts? Michael Griffin, 3 forced fumbles. Casey Hayward had 4 recoveries. He just had a nose to find the football. 5 blocks is a lot. Any safeties? Nope. Defensive touchdowns? Dante Mock, that's my dude. How about kicking? How did kicking go? Looks like Baronis was all right. Who the fuck is Chris Brown? Oh, you're right. Josh Scobie went to free agency. I forgot about that. Well, Chris Brown, not bad. Not as good as Scobie, but that's fine. Ooh, David Bueller had a crazy fall off. And then Brandon McManus didn't really have to kick a lot. That's pretty accurate, honestly, for dawolf's play style. And punting-wise, I mean, yeah, whatever, right? I mean, McAfee, pretty solid, I guess. The block is kind of insane, but kick returns, anything crazy, doesn't look like it. Same thing with punt returns, sadly. But overall, pretty solid numbers for some guys. Some disappointing numbers. Let's see, overall, compared to the league, though, Matt Stafford leading yards. Aaron Rodgers, dude. Holy shit. He's probably going to win MVP. I mean, that's an insane season. So, hope he does that in real life for the Steelers this year. Man, that would be sweet. We saw MJD. Marquise Colson had a... Whoa. What are we doing here? All these tutties. Crazy. Colson and Roddy White putting up record number touchdowns somehow. Insane. Anything crazy? Tackles for loss. I mean, 25 sacks. I think Dumerville breaking in the record before anyone else could, I believe. Chimdi Chekwa, 9 picks. It's pretty good. But let's see how the playoffs work out for the teams here. Let's just sim to the Super Bowl. We'll check on rewards as well. So very interesting to see how these have gone. And I was right about MVP being Aaron Rodgers. But we have a Patriots-Lions Super Bowl, first Super Bowl since this franchise started that wasn't featuring an AFC South team. And dang, Broncos destroyed the Titans round 1, 31-7. Tim Tebow tearing apart the Titans. Jake Locker didn't look bad, just got sacked 5 times. Like, that's hard to beat, and they just did not run the football. Like, Tennessee, what are you doing? Run the damn football. Oh my god, CJ2K, 0.4 yards per carry. Disgusting. That's terrible. They could not run the football. Antonio Gates is on the Broncos now. Ew. They tried getting CJ2K involved in the receiving game. They just could not get anything going offensively. The Denver defense, I mean, they do have some really insane players, so don't blame them, but still kind of a shame to see the Titans not able to make it to round 2. Same thing with the Texans, losing 24-7, obviously to a good Patriots team. I mean, it's Tom Brady. RG3 was fine. Obviously, Brady had a much better game. Foster, again, got held up. I mean, run game just not able to do anything. Wes Welker went crazy. Watch that white boy go. And, I mean, I don't know. It's tough to see, but it was nice to see the Jags make another push to the AFC Championship after a 1-point win over the Chargers. Luck did not look terrible other than the pick. Phillip Rivers really didn't do anything. MJD had trouble running it, but he got 2 touchdowns at least. Man, defense has really, really controlled this game. Just like, I don't know, there's not a lot stat-wise to look at there, but sadly, Jaguars lose to the Patriots, much like the 2017 season in the AFC Championship. Brady, again, being Brady. Andrew Luck had a good game too, which sucks. MJD looked okay. Brady scored a touchdown on the ground. Okay. Who the fuck is AJ Jenkins, and why did he do that to us? Oh, goodness gracious. Wes Welker put up 2 tutties. I mean, at least it was close, but man, it's tough. It's tough seeing us go 15-2 and losing. But I hope the Lions win, because fuck the Pats. Let's check out yearly awards. MVP goes to Aaron Rodgers. Did we have any of our guys? RG3 at 4. And Jake Locker at 9. Coach of the year went to Tommy Salami. Let's go. That's me, baby. Good shit. I'd hope so. Julia Connors at 5. D'Amico Ryans. I didn't realize that he had D'Amico Ryans as his coach and a player. Okay, that's funny. He was at 6. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Arian Foster. MJD at 2. RG3 at 3. Locker at 5. And Tommy Streeter at 10. Defensive Player of the Year, obviously breaking the sack record, is going to be Doomerville. JJ Watt at 4. And that's it. Okay. Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Justin Hunter. Oh my god. I forgot about him. Former Steeler, by the way. Never did anything, but former Steeler. Tyler Eifert on the Steelers and D-Hop. Oh my god, that's nasty. That is insane. Oh my god. Wow. Lev Bell, 7th. Mike Glennon. Oh god. I don't want to see Mike Glennon do anything good, man. Chris Thompson at 10's shocking. There you go. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Desmond Trufant. So that was a pretty good first round pick there for the Texans. And again, defensively, nothing crazy for us. Best QB goes to RG3. Jake Locker at 4. Luck at 5. Best running back goes to MJD. Foster at 2. CJ2K at 3. Makes sense. No Spiller, though, which makes sense on the year he had. Welker wins the best receiver. Got Tommy Streeter at 5. And that's it. O-lineman of the year goes to Eben Britton. That's my left guard. And then Will Brackley at 4. It's our center. And then Uche Nwaneri at 10. That's our right guard. I'm shocked that we had no Titans, Colts, or Texans. D-lineman obviously goes to Doomerville, but JJ's at 2. Got Cavell Connor at 6. Antonio Smith at 8. At linebacker, Calvin Pace wins that award. You've got Witherspoon at 4. Session at 5. That's it there. DB goes to Chimdi Chekwa. He had 9 picks. Fair enough. Casey Hayward got 3. That's pretty good for him. Cortland Finnegan at 5. And Trufant, as a rookie, already in the top 10 there in the AFC. And I think he's going to have a nice trajectory for them. Best kicker. Do we really care? Not really. Scobie's on the Broncos now. But Titans kicker Baronis was the best in the division, followed by Chris Brown, hitting his field goals just like he did Rihanna. Anyways, moving on. Tyrann Matthews, a fucking Packer. Ew. Anyways, let's see. I just realized 95 overall offense, 92 defense is insane. The NFL ranking for the stats is also quite insane, but let's go ahead and see who wins the Super Bowl. I'm very curious as I take a drink of water for the first time in like a half hour. What the fuck? I don't think I've ever seen that. 24-0 in the Super Bowl. Oh, the Lions won. Oh shit. Okay. I hate when Madden does that. It shows the logos at the top, but the score isn't actually showing who won specifically. But Lions winning their first Super Bowl with Michael LaShore as Super Bowl MVP. That's insane. Okay. Let's see. Retirements. Anyone for the AFC South that are big names. Will Witherspoon, former Defensive Player of the Year, retires after 12 years. He had a great career. And Chris Brown retires. 1-year kicker for the Jags. It's a shame to see Witherspoon go. What was I going to look at here? I was going to look at the Hall of Fame stuff, I think. Real quick. I'm actually curious. In terms of users, where do we rank? Because I haven't actually looked at this yet. So, obviously, Arians and Connors above Salami because of the obvious fact that they won a Super Bowl. Do we have... What's his face? Where is he? D'Amico. Where's D'Amico? I mean, he's probably not as high, I guess. Damn, he's pretty low, actually. 28. Yeah, I don't know. The Hall of Fame legacy numbers are going to be kind of skewed because of, old numbers versus the fake numbers we're putting up here. So we'll see. But nothing too crazy in terms of retirements. So that's interesting. Let's go ahead. I want to see the actual free agency recap, which is kind of annoying that you can't see it at the sim draft stage, but it does look like Dez Bryant is going to be a free agent. That's very interesting. But we're just gonna go ahead and get to the free agency recap stage here. Jaguars we have $5 million in cap space, and we're really hoping we can get to a Super Bowl here before we have to pay Andrew Luck. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Jermichael Finley signed a huge contract with the Broncos, and the Browns signed Dez Bryant. Damn. All right. He'll probably end up being bad. No. Oh. My left guard, even Britton, left to play for the Steelers. I mean, like, love the Steelers, but come on, man. Keep playing for the Jags. Get us a Super Bowl. Let's say Vontae Leach, fullback. Going to the Titans. Sure. Okay. Let's see. Oh my God. Arian Foster left in free agency. That is insane. Okay. Um, let's just go with the sign, guys. So, quarterbacks, really nothing crazy here or worth talking about. Arian Foster going to the Raiders, which is, again, also very interesting because dawolf, who controls the Texans, is a Raiders fan. So he's getting his best player going to his favorite team in real life. I'm interested to see what they're going to do at running back now. Ben Tate season? No, he's off to the Bengals. What's their answer at running back? I'm very interested. They might have to draft a guy. I don't know. They didn't sign a single running back. I'm very interested to see how that goes. Oh my god, I didn't realize Vontae Leaf was a 95. Holy shit. Well, he's going to the Titans. Hopefully he'll be good. Des Bryant to the Browns is insane. Got Demaryius Thomas to the Titans. That's a nice pickup. I've seen the Rams signing a bunch of people. Earl Bennett, slow-ass receiver to the Titans. That's it. That's it. Okay. Tight end, you got Jermichael Finley. We've already talked about. Not the real Alex Smith, tight ends. Okay. Nothing showing up here, but yeah, that's a tough loss for the Jags. Losing Eben Britton to the Steelers. Jamie Thomas, sure, left guard to the Titans, I guess. Center, really no one there. It's like the same 7 teams signing people. It's a whole lot of nothing. That's what I'm seeing. Damn, the Steelers are going crazy in free agency. I can't believe it. Man, we really aren't signing anybody, but to be fair, we probably don't have that much money. And Dwight Freeney's a Brown. Oh, God. No. Damn it, Dwight. He's not even getting paid that much. It's a shame we couldn't bring him back. D'Amico Ryans playing for the Broncos while coaching for the Texans. Very interesting. Colts bringing Jason Warlitz, former Steeler, by the way. Also, Rennie Curran and Brandon Johnson to the Titans. Sam Shields, I forgot about him, to the Broncos. Broncos signing everybody. Altarian Werner, former Titan or Texan, I forget which one, but he's a Viking now. Doesn't matter now. Damn. Okay. And it's just not a lot going on here, to be honest with you. Justin Tucker is a Titan now. He jumped ship from the Colts. Goes to the Titans. Very interesting. I don't understand why the Rams are signing literally everybody, but they are. There's still some guys available. Matt Prater, who just kicked a game-winning field goal for the Bills. Got a lot of kickers and punters still available. John Kuhn. Yeah, some interesting names still there, kind of, but like a lot of questions for each team. I mean, Colts just in general, are they going to get better? They didn't sign anybody really great. They were 5-12. Are they going to get better? Jaguars have to replace their star left guard, Dwight Freeney. Both need to get replaced. The Texans need to find a running back. Arian Foster and Ben Tate are gone. And the Titans lost Will Witherspoon. He went to retirement home. And very interested to see how this plays out in the draft here. So let's see what the draft has to offer. I do think I traded my first round pick at this point as well. I don't recall exactly, but I think I did. Let's see. So, Jadeveon to the Raiders, Khalil Mack to the Seahawks. So we do have, I do have my first round pick. We all have our first round pick. So first, let's see, pick 4. Who are the Colts going to take? The Colts take OBJ. Man, that would be very fun, and that might be what they need offensively to get Kirk Cousins going. Um, I'm sure Vewdew is happy with that pick. That's a fun pick. And let's go ahead and whenever, any day now. Come on, Madden. Okay, there we go. Very slowly. Okay, it's speedy now. Mike Evans to the Bengals, by the way. Derek Carr's a Ram. Shazier's a Dolphin. But let's see who the Titans take. Titans take Marcus Smith. Who? I don't know who that is, but okay. Sure, bud. Texans, who you gonna take? Joel Bitonio. That's a really good pick. He ends up being a pretty great guard for the Browns for a long time. I don't know if Madden will actually play him at guard ever. He might just sit at right tackle. And let's go ahead to the Jags pick. I'm very interested to see. Are they going to replace Freeney? Are they going to replace Zach Martin? Already went to the Broncos. They're not going to get him. So do they have a guard in mind? Do they have a replacement for Freeney? I don't know. I accidentally skipped the wrong thing. But oh well. Blake Bortles is a Raider. Insane. All right, let's just go to the end of the draft and we'll check who we drafted round 1 is the Jaguars. Because I pressed the wrong thing. I'm so used to just pressing skip to next user pick when simming the draft. I just did that, so. Come on, Madden. Come on. It's taking a while. All right. Oh. Hold on. Noticing something very interesting here. Looks like interdivisional trade. Eagles, Giants. During the draft recap stage, T.Y. Hilton is now a Giant from the Eagles. Eagles got a bunch of random picks and Gavin Escobar for some reason. Sure. Okay. But let's see what the draft looked like for our teams here. For us, the Jaguars, well, there is our hopeful left guard replacement, Xavier Su'a-Filo. I mean, he's 70 overall is not bad, but like I don't know if he'll develop into being good or not, but it's better than nothing. Ooh, Allen Robinson. Back to a Jag. That's fun. That's pretty fun. Kevin Pierre-Louis. Oh my god, I remember Kevin Pierre-Louis. He was a user a lot of the time in those older Maddens. Jason Mara, Will Sutton, Charles Leno Jr. He ends up being a pretty alright tackle for the Bears, I think. Cornelius Lucas, I feel like does the same thing as well. So I'm interested to see, because Kevin Pierre-Louis is more of a off-ball guy. What's the plan for edge rusher? I don't know. We're gonna go up this way. We'll go to the Colts. Vewdew, obviously Odell. He's insane. I feel like 90 is a little slow for him, but okay. Got a tackle, corner, fullback in round 4. Alfred Blue, real life Texan at one point. Ross Cockrell, horrible corner for the Steelers. Not a great draft afterwards, but it got Odell, so you're not too mad about that. Titans, CJ, obviously Marcus Smith, he's something, I guess. Bromley, Maurice Alexander, I slightly remember. I think he played for the Rams. Justin Ellis wasn't bad either. Marquise Lee, I mean, that's, I think, former Jag. Not a lot there. Joel Bitonio for the Texans, obviously. They brought in another lineman. Trey Boston, I do remember. I think he played for the Panthers and Chargers? I don't know. Shelby Harris, he's pretty good. He's still in the league. And I'm assuming his name is Dick Van Dyke, I guess. I don't know. But not a great draft outside of the first picks for really just the Colts and Texans. So, I mean, Clowney is obviously really good. Aaron Donald to the Texans, he's insanely good. Khalil Mack, I mean, yeah, a lot of these guys we know. But we're really not drafting too well, to be honest, outside of like the obvious picks that we should be making. But let's see. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's go to mid-season for this 2014 season, technically, right? I guess season 4. We'll just call it that. That's easier. Let's go to mid-season, see where we're at. All right, mid-season mark. 6-1 Texans and Jags, 2-4 Titans again at the mid-season mark, and 2-5 Colts. So they're starting off better. So I'm sure happy to see that. Let's check the transactions. Anything crazy? Mid-season trades of any kind for the AFC South? No, we do have some contracts being dealt with, some re-signings. It's always good. Otherwise, I mean, nothing really interests me other than getting the draft class in now. So let's get the 2015 draft class in. And, yeah, grab this one. Who's in this one? I never remember these things. Like, I don't recall off the top of my head. Oh, this is Jameis Mariota. Okay. Amari Cooper, Kevin White, who's a terrible player. Nelson Aguilar, Bud Dupree. I'm just naming some mid players now for some reason. Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon. I mean, yeah. I mean, there's some better players down the board, I'm sure, but all right. I'm interested to see where Jameis and Mariota go. But let's go to the playoffs. I'm interested for the three people who actually care. Who do you think is going to make the Super Bowl and win next out of us four? Right now, I mean, it's looking like it's either going to be Houston or Jacksonville. I'm hoping it's Jacksonville, obviously, but I don't know. It's up in the air. I could see the Titans going back, though. I think if I had to put my money on it, I think the Titans are going to find their way back before the Texans or Jags do, which may be a hot take. But let's see. So Texans, Jaguars 13-4, Texans 12-5, Titans 8-9, Indy repeats at 5-12. Yeesh. What happened? I don't know what happened, but let's take a look at the stats. Did I see something? I don't know if I saw something right. We'll check that in a little bit, but let's just look at the AFC South stats. RG3, another really good season. Jake Walker, again, I mean, solid season, but like he's not taking the world by storm here or anything. But Andrew Luck, I think, has finally broken out into being a great player. I mean, he's looking so accurate and really good. And also Kirk Cousins looking pretty solid. I think Odell probably helped a lot. And geez, what happened to the run game fall off? Again, MJD, the only one able to get over 1,000 this time. 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns. Chris Johnson, only 800 yards on the dot, 10 touchdowns. Jonathan Franklin, right. Yeah, they did draft. No, did they? Oh, I forget. I think you guys did. No, yes. You drafted him 2 years ago. 4th round pick. Yeah, okay. He's their lead back for some reason, and he's okay. I mean, he's a 71 now. Like, he's not great. He really should just be like a 2nd to 3rd string guy, but he's getting carries. CJ Spiller looks like shit, apparently. I don't know why he's playing so horribly. Did get hurt for 3 weeks. Why did Jake Locker get 10 touchdowns? I don't know. The world may never know. Lev Bell, he got some work, and he looks more efficient than CJ at least. But man, the run game fall-off has to be studied for this division, other than MJD. The receiving fall-off is not to be studied, though, because Tommy Streeter remains on top of the leaderboard there. Kenny Britt, another good season. Garcon, another good season. AB cracks 1,000 this time. Eddie Royal, close to 1,000. Thomas, almost 1,000 as well. Also Thomas, close to 1,000. Ted Ginn, some good seasons across the board. Like, consistent. Who the hell is Richard Gordon? And why is he looking at me like that? And Mark Mariani, I am so sad to see him being reduced to a 4th receiving option for the Titans. Like, this is sad. This is terrible. Odell in his rookie season, not too bad. Not too bad. Ladarius Green kind of regressing in terms of production. Maybe not actually skill, but as reduction in production. Yes. Shelly Smith cleaned up the sacks after I called him out by name, but you know who didn't? My left tackle, Eugene Monroe, who loses his running mate, Eben Britton. Center for the Colts is horrible. Man, what is going on with the sacks now? Okay. Bobby Wagner with a ton of tackles. Tackles for loss, Cavell Connor, a ton. Sacks, Mario Williams, 15.5. He finally does something. Same thing with JJ. Cavell Connor, 13.5. That's it. Like, Jaguars fall off. Oh my god. The sacks are not there for the Jags. Like, Knighton with 6, Mincy with 6, Session with 5.5. Dwight Freeney was really the guy bringing pressure. And speaking of fall-offs, Akeem Ayers keeps going down in statistics. It's kind of unfortunate. Tyson Hollow all the way down at 4 sacks now. Hicks Keekly seems to be on top of that still. Nothing crazy in terms of forced fumbles. Bobby Wagner has a nose for the football, though, but I think that's well known. A ton of blocks for some reason, a ton of safeties for some reason. No defensive touchdowns. Let's take a look at kickers just because, why not? Baronis was solid. The rest of them were kind of bad, to be honest. McAfee was good. Yeah, I mean, punters were doing their thing, I guess. Kick returns, really nothing to speak on. Compared to the rest of the NFL, though, Stafford's insane. Brandon Weeden, for some reason, is insane. Aaron Rodgers is actually fucking nutty. What the fuck, dude? He's insane. Like, Aaron Rodgers is so good in Madden. It's insane. MJD led by a good bit in terms of yards. Calvin, the most yards. D-Hop, by the way. I mean, he might be rookie. He has to be rookie of the year, right? There's no way he's not. Like, that's an insane season. We don't care about O-lineman here. AJ Hawk. Nice. Nothing crazy in terms of sack numbers. All right. 8 picks for Chris Culliver. I mean, nothing super crazy there. But let's see how the playoffs work out for this division, which is just the Texans and Jaguars right now. I don't know. I'm not feeling confident for either team, and I'm right not to feel confident. Lions making it back to the Super Bowl, but this time against my Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's see how it shook up in the playoff bracket. We, as in the Jaguars, Jaguars took care of the Raiders 27-10. Uh, Luck was solid. Blake Bortles was not. MJD was good. Oh yeah, Arian Foster's on this team. He didn't really get a ton of carries because they have Darren McFadden. Why would they sign him and have Darren McFadden and still give Darren McFadden more yards and more carries? That's interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy to speak on in terms of the production in that game. And that's an interesting story. Texans facing off against the Dolphins, 2 years removed, or is it 3 years at this point? 2 or 3 years removed from that trade with Terrell Pryor. And Terrell Pryor didn't do anything super crazy, but he did outplay RG3, who shit the bed. RG3 shit the bed bad. He was really bad. Terrell Pryor was all right. He did what he had to do. James Starks, for some reason, doing really good. I mean, it doesn't help that the Texans running back is literally the worst player ever. Tommy Streeter trying his hardest here. I mean, Texans just looking really bad in their first playoff games, and it's starting to kind of become a thing now. The Texans just can't get to the AFC Championship. Is this going to be an issue for the Texans roster? Maybe. The Jaguars make it to 3 straight AFC Championships after beating the Dolphins 27-19. Luck looks really good there. Pryor didn't look great, but he did enough to be competitive. He had 2 touchdowns receiving. Antonio Brown, that's my GOAT. But unfortunately, the AFC Championship, my Pittsburgh Steelers takes down my Jaguars with a. We attempted a fourth quarter comeback. We were down 24-7. We just could not quite get it done. Andrew Luck again looks pretty good, and Big Ben was good, but the run game kind of got stuffed, and that's really what it really came down to. And Andre Johnson gets his revenge. This receiving group is insane. I think the Steelers are going to be the Lions here. I mean, they're both the 1 seed, and the Lions did shut out the Patriots in the Super Bowl, but last year, but still. Yearly awards before we see who wins the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers, MVP again. Luck at 4, Griffin at 5, and Jake Locker at 10. Tomlin as Coach of the Year. We got Salami at 2. We got D'Amico Ryans at 5. Wow. Offensive Player of the Year goes to D-Hop. He is going to be a 99 in no time. MJD at 2. Arian Foster now on the Raiders for 3rd. Luck at 5. Locker at 7. RG3 at 8. Streeter at 9. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Atkins. Cavell Connor at 3. JJ at 4. Williams at 7. Offensive Rookie. What? Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kelvin Benjamin. Oh yeah, D-Hop wasn't a rookie this year. Right, I forgot. But Kelvin Benjamin of all people. Really? Okay. Sure. We do get Alfred Blue sighting and Lorenzo Taliaferro, I guess. Also, Jason Amaro, who was a 3rd tight end for the Jags, I guess. Odell, I skipped past everybody because I got distracted. Odell at 3. Shazier won Defensive Rookie of the Year for the AFC. Anyone interesting? Marcus Smith, 1st-round pick for the Titans. Did enough to get up on the board, so that's good, right? Trey Boston. All right. Andrew Luck, best quarterback. Wow. Griffin at 3. Matt Barkley, dude. No fucking way. Jake Locke at 6. Terrell Pryor at 8. Ooh. MJD, best running back. I'm probably just going to start going through these quick and just really touching on the winners. Obviously, D-Hop, Vasquez, Atkins, Suggs. Who the fuck is Curtis Brown? Shamarko Thomas being there is so cursed to me as a Steelers fan. And then Cairo Santos on the Steelers. Why are the Steelers just making all the right moves? Is this how it feels like as another, as a team that's normally not that good, and the Jaguars just watching the Steelers manage to be good for some reason. I don't know. This is crazy. They're building a super team, and they going to win a Super Bowl? I don't know. Lions, Steelers, 35-21, but who actually put up 35? It is the Lions, win back-to-back with Matt Stafford at the helm. And, I mean, that's pretty cool, obviously, as a Lions fan out there. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I'm just rambling at this point. My apologies. But it looks like James Harrison retiring. AFC South, no one. So that's fun. We haven't had a lot of retirements, to be honest, across our whole, series. Dude, I mean, Matt Stafford looked fantastic in that game. That's a crazy year. 333 yards, 83 completion percentage, 4 touchdowns. That's insane. That's an insane season. But let's continue year 5. Let's head into the off season of year 5. Let's see where we are going with this free agency. I'm very interested to see if we're actually going to sign anyone good for any of the teams, because mostly it's been us losing good players and signing mediocre guys to fill holes. And I mean, I don't expect the Jaguars to do very much. They don't have a ton of money. I don't know what the rest of the teams have, but I'm assuming not that much. The Colts probably do, just because they are a lower end team the past 2 seasons. You'd assume they're probably getting rid of some of those big contracts at this point. And let's take a look. Let's see what happened in free agency. Randall Cobb's a 99 overall. What the fuck? And he managed to get out of Green Bay, or wherever did he start in Green Bay? I guess he did, yeah. He's insane. He's the best receiver in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers would say that. I wouldn't say that in real life, but he's insane. Jesus Christ, I'm shocked. But I am seeing Jaguars, at least, brought in some good players. A star right tackle, Derek Sherrod. Raheem Moore at strong safety or free safety doesn't really do anything, but let's see if we catch anyone else of interest. Quarterbacks, no. Running back, there you go. Joe McKnight. That might be the answer for the Texans after having no player that could actually do anything. They got a pretty speedy running back. He's decent. Maybe he'll be the guy for them. Ooh, Trent Richardson. And that seems to be it. I don't care about fullbacks that much. Yeah, I mean, Randall Cobb, that's insane. Torrey Smith is now a Texan. That's a really big signing. I'm assuming, I mean, I don't know, is Ted Ginn gone or something? I don't know. I mean, he's kind of older. He's getting up there at this point. Mario Manningham jumps ship from the Jaguars and goes to the Texans. So their receiving core right now is Tommy Streeter, Torrey Smith. I'm thinking Torrey Holt. It's like, that's not right. And Mario Manningham. That's a really good trio. And then they also bring in Brandon Banks. They're really loading up on receivers. Cecile Shorts jumps ship from the Jaguars and goes to the Raiders. Josh Gordon jumps ship from, I think he was the Texans, and goes to the Panthers. So a lot of movement there. Nothing at left tackle. TJ Lang, that's an interesting one. Texans doing a ton in free agency this year. David Arkin at left guard. Hopefully going to fill some O-line need, because they definitely have had it for a little bit now. Center, for some reason, the Commanders really want Shelley Smith, even though he wasn't that great 2 years ago. Nothing there. Right guard, no one for us. Right tackle, a lot of interesting movement here. Texans bringing Gabe Karimi. That's a really good pickup. Ben Ijalani leaves the Colts, goes to the Dolphins. Jaguars right tackle Sean Andrews leaves for the Falcons. Obviously, they brought in another guy, which is in the My Signings, which we saw. And that's it. At offensive side of the ball, wow. I didn't think I'd see Corey Lee get as an 89 overall, like, ever. These Commanders, they're paying so much, and they're getting really good. Henry Melton to the Texans. They're doing a lot of signing. Leger Douzable. He played for the Jags for a little bit, I believe. And he was on our roster when we started. Antonio Smith leaves the Texans and goes to the Bills. But to replace him, they bring in Matt Shaughnessy, who's not much worse and is younger by 5 years. So I'd say that's a decent pickup. They're doing a ton. The Texans are doing a ton. Colin McCarthy, former Titan, now jumping ship to go to the Falcons. And that's about it there. Nothing there. Corner, Orlando Scandrick leaves the Colts, goes to the Cardinals. And anything else? I'm seeing like the same 5 teams signing a bunch of people. Oh my god, no. Chris Krasinski. Fuck, dude. He was one of my franchise favorites. Jags free safety, going to the Bucks, staying in state, but that sucks, man. That sucks. Yeah, that's interesting. In terms of guys who are left, I mean, there's some really good kickers and punters here, guys. Someone sign these people, please. But still, I mean, this is a pretty noteworthy offseason. Although, what's most noteworthy to me is that the Titans haven't done anything much. And the Colts haven't done much either. It is kind of concerning, especially for the Colts. You're 5-12 2 years in a row, and you really didn't do a ton. You lost your best right tackle, who's like a 90 overall. I don't know. I'm interested to see how these next years are going to play out for all the teams. That's why we're doing this, obviously. Let's go to the draft. Let's see. I'm very interested to see who's going to be drafted here. Where's Jameis going? Where's Mariota going? And quarterbacks are still on the board. And at pick 4 again, the Colts are up. Do they give up on Kirk Cousins? I don't think they should. He did have a decent year just a year ago. Well, let's see. Maybe they do. They're not. They're going to take Leonard Williams. That's a very good pick, though. Improving in the trenches. Leonard Williams, a very good player. Let's go to Titans pick 16. Let's see. CJ, who are you going to take? As we see Jameis Winston to the Broncos, Mariota to the Cardinals. By the way, Broncos were like divisional rounds team last year, and now they're pick 7 after signing a bunch of people in the offseason. That is kind of insane how they just sucked so bad. Danny Shelton, who's a bust in real life, can they make him good in fake life? I don't know. We'll see, but they're going to improve on the trenches as well, or at least they hope they're improving. Texans, they take Donovan Smith. I believe he was a Texan long time Texan, bringing him in at left tackle. So I guess that's their Dwayne Brown replacement when he eventually leaves. And then to pick 30 again, my Jacksonville Jaguars take Steven Nelson. Why are we going up to the board for this? Steven Nelson's all right. All right, corner. I mean, all right, whatever. Oh no, let's see what the rest of the draft has in store for us. Very curious. Very curious. All right. So the Jaguars, where are we starting? So Steven Nelson, 71 overall is not bad, actually. Shaq Mason. That doesn't look like Shaq Mason. At least I don't remember him looking like that, but I feel like that's a pretty good pickup. Garrett Grayson in the 4th. Why are we taking a quarterback in the 4th round? Oh, God, this is a terrible draft outside of these 2 picks, man. Terrible. Shaq Mason, I do like the pick, but man. I don't know. This is like Jaguars front office real life for years, just drafting questionably. Colts, though, Leonard Williams, we saw Eric Rose, a pretty all right player. Henry Anderson, I think real life Colt for a while. He was okay. Dorial Green Beckham. Oh man, forgot about him. It's all right draft. Pretty decent. Titans, Danny Shelton. 72 is kind of high for him. Jake Fisher was never that great. Adrian Amos is pretty solid safety. Jesse James, former Steeler. He did catch that football, goddammit. He's decent. Trevor Siemian. Oh, the legend. He's going to replace Jake Walker, apparently. Texans, Donovan Smith. They bring in Jordan Hicks. That's a good pickup. Jay Ajayi. That's probably your real running back one there. Jay Ajayi. That's an interesting one. And then you guys draft Sean Mannion in the 4th. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Rashad Perryman. 88 speed's very low for him. He should be like 94 at lowest. But I don't know. Again, I mean, these drafts just haven't really been that eventful. This really wasn't that great of a draft, to be honest, looking back. So we'll see if any of those actually move the needle for any of these teams. I'm not sure. But very curious to see where we're going to end up here at midseason. Are we going to see more of the same? More Colts being bad? More Titans being mid? More Jags and Texans being playoff contenders? Or are we going to see something new? Very, very interested to see how it plays out. All right. And it looks a little different, a little the same. Tennessee, 5-1 currently, top seed in the AFC. Jags are 5-1, Texans 4-2, and the Indianapolis Colts are 2-5 again. I mean, crazy how it continues this way. And by the way, Tennessee just lost their first game to the two-time Super Bowl back-to-back winning champion Lions. So there you go. Real quick, let's see what transactions went down, if any. Probably not, I'm assuming, but you know, it's always good to see. Nope, nothing. That's okay. And let's make sure we get the 2016 draft class. I already forget. What did we just do? We did 25th. Yeah, we're in 2016. Which I think this one is a pretty good one, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. Let's see. Sorry, my brain is kind of just like, what's happening? It's almost midnight for me here. All right, so it seems like we are getting to a point where there's different people doing these different draft classes. So I'm hoping, because we went 5 years with this same guy, this MMC whip draft class. So we're gonna see how these other ones look from here on out. We're still gonna go with them because that's what I think is fun, to continue with real life players. Oh yeah, this is an interesting draft. Got Jalen Ramsey, Jared Goff, Joey Bosa, Zeke, Carson Wentz, Laremy Tunsil. Some pretty good players, Kenny Clark. So we'll see when we get to it where those guys land. But let's go ahead and sim to the playoffs and see how the records shake out. All right, here we are. More. Oh my god, that's insane. 5-12 for the third year straight for the Colts. How do they keep doing it? I don't understand. Jags 15-2, first round bye. Texans 14-3. Tennessee back into the dance, 12-5. I'm just shocked. I am still shocked by the fact that the Colts have yet to get any better. Not because of their moves that they've made, to be fair, because they haven't really made a ton. But I'm just shocked that they still suck, and they've just continued to be 5-12. So it's a shame, but hey, at least they won a Super Bowl year one. So that makes it all better. RG3 had an insane season, MVP worthy season. Probably his best season yet, to be honest. Not even, I mean, yeah, he broke a record, some records, whatever, but he threw 20-some interceptions that year, too. He only threw 3 here. Jake Walker, pretty good season. Kirk Cousins, still not like anything super crazy. He's still not really taking that step, I think, that he needs to make this team better, obviously. He's also getting sacked so much, 51 sacks compared to everyone else below 29. Andrew Luck, pretty decent season, not quite like last year. And the run game continues to be a little bit of a regression there. Almost 1,200 for MJD, 15 touchdowns, but he's definitely, you're seeing he's getting worse. CJ 2K, again, still not able to crack 800 now. CJ Spiller had an up year, but still nothing crazy. Franklin's still getting most of the starting work for the Texans, and he sucks. Joe McKnight, who they signed in free agency, somehow worse. And Jay Ajayi should be getting the start, I think, and he's not getting any starting play. And also, Lev Bell is not getting enough carries. But receiving, OBJ, crazy year. How did they go 5-12 and Odell did this? He had an insane season. Kenny Britt, insane season. Tommy Streeter just continuing his really great stretch of years. Torrey Smith, new Texan, also putting up some great numbers. AB, solid numbers. Allen Robinson looking pretty damn good, actually. Demaryius Thomas, pretty good season. Got Jared Cook, Eddie Royal, Brody Eldridge, the new tight end for the Texans. Sure, Mark Mariani continues to be just an afterthought for the Titans receiving core. 666 yards. The devil has to be at play for him to not be as good of a player as he should be. Garcon, big fall off. You see the tight ends are kind of getting less work. Mike Thomas, much worse season. Very interesting to see how these are playing out. And the Colts center, man, it's atrocious. 12 sacks let up from the center. Yeesh. Bobby Wagner again leading with tackles. J.J. Watt having a really good season. 18 sacks, 19 for a loss. Ayers having a bounce back year. That's good to see. Mario Williams, good season. Session, bounce back year. Casey, bounce back year. Mario Davis with 5 picks. All right, pretty good, pretty good. 2 blocks for Carlos Dunlap. Very interesting. And I don't know about you guys. I don't really care about kicking and punting that much anymore. Although Sean Sweezum, former Steeler, 100% on the year. Perfect. What a guy. And then Pat McAfee. Obviously, he's doing his thing. Kick returns, punt returns, nothing really there. I mean, there's not much to talk about. Comparing it to the rest of the NFL, Derek Carr, as a rookie, looks pretty solid. Also, Osweiler is really good for some reason. Nick Foles, oh God. I mean, we're seeing some interesting things play out here. I don't know. We're seeing Josh Freeman put up Tom Brady numbers. Dude, this is getting crazy. Geno Smith starting for the Bucks. Maybe it's a Bucks problem. We got Nate Davis, who is a 66 overall. Why is he starting? Saints. Did Drew Brees get hurt? He must have, right? There's no way he retired. Wait, he's a Seahawk? Since when? When did he get to be so bad? He's an 81. When did this happen? Oh, this year. Okay. Huh. That's odd. Okay, anyways, Marshawn Lynch, far and away the best running back this season. Calvin, pretty damn good season. Anyone break any records? JPP, 21.5 sacks is pretty good. Pat Pete, 7 picks. Sure. Let's see how the playoffs work out here. To the Super Bowl. I am shocked at how some of these things are playing out. And again, no AFC South team in the Super Bowl. We get Bucks and Ravens. What happened in the playoffs? So, Chargers barely squeak out a win over the Titans, 1 point. Titans choked. They were up by 9. Philip Rivers and the Chargers put up 10 in the fourth quarter to get the comeback. Walker was fine other than the pick. Philip Rivers was just better. The run games for both teams, non-existent. I mean, it's not like anything really is there to comment on with this. I mean, they just didn't have enough. They just didn't do enough. Although Wooten had an insane game, it just wasn't enough. Texans finally get a win again, going 30-0 probably until Buffalo scored in the fourth quarter. Sam Bradford, okay. RG3 didn't need to do much. I mean, he threw it a ton, but didn't really get much going on there. But Jay Ajayi finally getting the starting role and shows why he should have had it the whole season, because he pretty much wins the game for Houston. Tommy Streeter, though, still putting up good yards. I mean, he's great. And wow, okay. Let's go to Jacksonville. They lose, unfortunately, ending the streak of 3 AFC championships in a row to the Ravens, who put up a touchdown every quarter. Andrew Luck had a really good game, but got sacked 5 times. Flacco was really solid. He didn't throw for a lot of yards, but 2 touchdowns. Ray Rice was really good. MJD was okay. Brian Robisky, former Jaguar, goes and scores touchdowns for the Ravens. Yeesh. That sucks. Lodi Nada with 2.5 sacks. That's pretty bad. But we see the Texans make it back to the AFC Championship. Or, yeah. I swear, I think he did. make it the first year. I might be wrong, but maybe not. Houston beats the Chargers 24-18. RG3, solid game. Rivers, not bad, but not great. And RG3 with the leading rushing there. I don't know why John Franklin's getting any carries at this point. JJ still should be starting. Come on. Tommy Streeter's still putting up just great numbers every game. Does not matter. It's a shame that JHI is not starting. That's probably why you guys didn't make the Super Bowl. And the Ravens did. It went to overtime. It's 21-21, and the Ravens win. Joe Flacco was lights out, got sacked 5 times, and still said, I got this. RG3, he might be a choke artist. It might just be a thing now. Because what a horrible, not like awful game, but just wasn't a good game. Really wasn't. Ray Rice was good. Jonathan Franklin's getting 16 carries. I mean, what is the coaching happening here? I don't know what is going on and what they saw that they're like, yeah, let's get Jonathan Franklin some carries. When JJ is just, I mean, I know this game, not as efficient. He did score 2 touchdowns, though. But the past 2 games was really efficient. It's a shame. Tommy Streeter's still putting up solid numbers. But Texans fall short again. An AFC South team making it to the AFC Championship just can't quite get to the Super Bowl. RG3, second time being an MVP though. So there's that. And Jake Locker at 2. There you go. Coach of the Year goes to Tommy Salami for his second time. Vincent Jackson, career resurgence. JJ Watt for the Texans, Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, David Johnson. Bernardrick McKinney, forgot about him for the Ravens. RG3, best QB. Ray Rice, Vincent Jackson, Brandon Brooks, JJ Watt, best D lineman. Woodley, Lacey, Sweezum, best kicker for the Jags. So again, I mean, the AFC South just not able to get the job done and not able to get to the Super Bowl. We're able to get a team there to the championship, onto the doorstep, but they just can't quite get through the door. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, why it's so difficult for our teams to make it happen, but they're just struggling to take that step. So maybe next year will be the year. Let's see. Maybe not. Also possible. Also very possible. And it looks like the Bucs won. Yeah, 26-15 Buccaneers win. So at least the Ravens, who beat Houston, did not win. Retirements. I'm sure there's some impactful ones now. Damn. Greg Jones, Jaguars legend, fullback, retiring. Hate to see him go, but he was such a fun player to have, and he's a Hall of Famer in my heart. And not in the game, but in our minds he is. And then Jason Spitz was a backup guard, so I don't really care about him. I don't. So otherwise, nothing. So that's not terrible. Jaguars have some more money now, finally. I'm sure that Colts and Titans have to have some more money to sign some people, right? They gotta. I know the Texans signed a lot last year, and that was probably what put them at the AFC Championship there, but I don't know. Maybe this year. Maybe this year we'll see some guys be signed here for the AFC South other than the Texans. Gotta take some water, though. Because I'm just fucking talking constantly. Oh, well, looks like the Jaguars signed some people because we're in a negative salary cap, so. All right. One more sim to Free agency recap. We are in year 6, season 6 here. Oh, God. Okay, Eugene Monroe is my superstar left tackle. He's gone to the Bears. That's a shitty one to see. Dude, 95 overall Shane Leckler. He's 40 years old. Somebody sign this man. Vontae Leach, someone sign him. So Jaguars actually didn't sign anybody. I guess they probably just signed their own guys. Let's see. Russell Wilson going to the Cowboys. Phillip Rivers going to the Bears. Tannehill going to the Patriots. Jay Cutler going to the Chargers. Osweiler going to the Bucs. So that's the end of the interesting ones. No one really, I mean, we have our quarterbacks mostly figured out, it seems like. So I'm not shocked that we're sticking with what we got. Matt Forte going to the Chiefs. Anyone for any of our teams? No. Fullback, I mean, I know Jerome Felton was a Texan. He's now a Jet. Okay. Michael Floyd now a Colt. There you go. Some extra firepower for Kirk Cousins to throw to. Jeff Mayle, who was Texan, is now a Bear. To be fair, that they did get a bunch of guys. Devere Posey was a Colt, now is a Jet. Nothing at tight end really to talk about. Yeah, Eugene Monroe, that's a big loss for the Jags. I would expect to step down for the Jags this season. You would have to assume. I mean, that's 2 of our best linemen back-to-back seasons gone. And I don't think we're replacing them very well. Alex Mack going to the Bucs. Yeah, we're really not signing a bunch of guys this season. Joe Wrights, he was a Colder Titan, I can't remember. But he's going to the Jets. Colts bring in John Moffitt. Seems like a solid filler player there. Right tackle, nothing. Anyone, anywhere. Anyone getting signed anywhere. Carl Klug, former Titan, now going to the Patriots. Just seeing a lot of our players just leaving. It's kind of saddening. And we're getting no one. Dante Hightower to the Chiefs. Chiefs are getting good. They're getting ready for Pat Mahomes. Demario Davis? Dude, why? The Titans just said, fuck it. We don't want you anymore for some reason. He's going to the Seahawks. Maybe he didn't want to be there anymore. I don't know. But that's kind of crazy. D'Amico Ryans obviously wasn't on the Texans last year, but now he's in the Vikings. Dante Mock, no. He's up to an 82. Fuck, man. He's now a Dolphin. Loved him for us as a Jag. Colin McCarthy, again, same thing as D'Amico Ryans. Wasn't a Titan last year, but is now a Raider this year. But former Titan. Important to mention that. Russell Allen, former Jags backup for me. Colts get Ladarius Webb, so they get some corner help. Jason McCourty leaves the Titans for Washington. Man, we're just losing people. Jonathan Joseph is old and washed, but he's going to the Cardinals. But, I mean, they got Desmond Trufant. I think they're okay. The Texans, that is. Man, strong safety, anyone? George Iloka's leaving the Jags to the Patriots. Tyvon Branch leaving the Titans for the Saints. David Bueller leaving the Colts for the Chargers. Man, a couple good signings for a couple teams there, but we're just losing players now, and it's tough to see. It's tough to see. So I don't know. When are we going to get to the Super Bowl? Any of our teams, are they going to make it? Are they going to win? Who knows? It all starts with the draft, though. Maybe one draft can really one draft pick can turn the franchises around or set them back. Let's see what we do. Carson Wentz goes number 1. The Colts have the 2nd overall pick. There's a lot of good players on the board. Who are they going to take? The Colts take Joey Bosa, and that is a really good pick. They're building a really good team here. They've had a lot of high picks. They got Odell. They got Leonard Williams. They have Joey Bosa now. They should be able to be better than 5-12 this season, you would assume. They're building a good team. They're grabbing the right players at their high picks. So you would hope that they're going to be better this year. Going all the way to pick 22 to the Titans. The Titans take Laremy Tunsil. That is a great pick. I don't think Michael Roos is gone yet, but Laremy Tunsil is going to be a great replacement for him. And that is a really good pick to fall to 22 as well. Jaguars. We take Emmanuel Ogbah. Oh my god. I don't know if he's probably going to be a decent overall in this, but like he's not that good in real life. He never really was that good. So Jaguars just being what the Jaguars are, and I accidentally skipped to the next pick. Oh well, whatever. Next user pick, I thought. Whatever. Either way, we're gonna at the end of the draft. We'll check out what the Texans did. I'm just ashamed with how the Jags are drafting right now, to be honest with you, because they're pissing me off. They're not drafting how I want them to draft. They're not drafting well. It's a shame. It truly is. I did such good work to get this team to be as good as they are, and then they're trying to tear it all down to be the good old Jaguars. I mean, he's a 73. Like, yeah, okay. And he has hidden dev, whatever. But like, he's not really that good in real life. But he might develop actually. Adam Gotsis is actually a pretty solid overall. He's an okay player in real life. Who is a 78 overall? Alex Lewis, who are you? I don't know who this guy is. But he's a left tackle, and we need one, and he's a 78 overall, so fuck it, dude. He's an insane pass blocker. Sure, we found our left tackle of the future, and some dude named Alex Lewis, who's a 78. We got Andy Janovich, our new fullback. He's pretty solid. This is maybe this is our best draft since I was drafting, okay? Maybe I gotta hold my horses on that. But Joey Bosa, great pick. Jermaine Ifedi, replacing Ben Alana. I'm saying his name different every time now. He's a good pickup. Also, Sean Coleman, 77 overall. I think this draft class obviously noticeably higher overalls for players, so that's going to probably play into this. Nick Vanette. I mean, like, pretty good draft for the Colts, and I think that's going to be a big deal for them in terms of getting better. And Laremy Tunsil is a great pick. They also get Tyler Boyd. I think he should probably be a solid slot option for them. Willie Beavers. All right, Cardell Jones. Oh my God. Mitchell Lowen. No idea who that is. Sure. Another solid draft. The Texans took Hunter Henry. I'm interested to see if they're actually going to utilize him or not, but he's a pretty good player. In real life, he's like a solid player. And then you got Yannick Ngakoue, Charles Tapper, sure, Ted Karras. I think he's actually Texan in real life. Andrew Billings, he's solid. I think it's a pretty good group for all of our teams. Jalen Ramsey was the best player. Nick Martin, 81. What are we talking about? Josh Doxson is a 79. Yeah, okay. This draft class is a little bit special. It's definitely not great, but it's the best one we got. So, hey, maybe we'll see some noticeable changes. But I don't know. I can't control that. I'm not going through all the work to make the draft classes myself and edit all of them. So we'll see how things go. But Jacoby Brissett's already replacing Brandon Weeden, by the way. I guess Brandon Weeden was 28 when he came in, to be fair. I need to check this because I am very curious. What is he? Where is he? Who is he? He's gone. He might have retired. He might be gone. He might have retired. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh god. Is he retired? Is he on a different team? I didn't see him signed anywhere. Oh, he's on the Broncos. He's 32. He's been in the league. He's in his 5th year now. And he's shit now. He was pretty good, honestly, for the Niners in his 3 years starting. But, like, oh, man. Grabbing a 28-year-old is just a choice. But, all right. Derrick Henry's on the fucking Broncos. Oh, my God. We're going to midseason. Season 6. See where we get. If I had to make a prediction, I think the Texans are going to be the best. I think Jags are going to be second. Titans third. Colts fourth at this point. But I think Jags are going to end up being fourth or third. Ooh. Oh, no. Indy. Oh, no. Indy. Guys, what is happening there? Bruce Arians needs to be fired because why are you guys still 0-6? I don't understand. You have so many good players now. Tennessee's 5-1. They did take some good steps. Houston's 4-3. Jacksonville's 3-4. Damn, AB had a great game there. I don't understand. I feel like Indy's team is getting better, but I guess not. I guess they're trying to get another high pick to grab someone on the top of this 2017 draft, which should be pretty good, if I remember correctly. I think this one's really good, actually. All right, 17. It's from the same guy who made this draft class that we just did, so it's probably going to be some high overalls, but it is what it is. Again, I personally prefer whenever the players are coming in as a little bit lower, but I mean, you got Myles Garrett, you got Saquon's next year, I think. You got Christian McCaffrey, Lattimore, you got Humphrey, you got some good players here, man. I mean, Mahomes, Watson, before being a weirdo. Yeah, I mean, there's some really good players. And if they're trying to get that top pick for Myles Garrett, I mean, Leonard Williams, Myles Garrett, and Joey Bosa would be a hell of a defensive line to try to stop. And again, I want to check just because, you know, just want to make sure. Okay, well, it's just Eagles and Jags, or Jets. Anyways, let's see how this all shakes out for playoffs. If I had to bet, I think it's probably just going to be Titans-Texans. I don't think Jags are making the playoffs this year. They've lost a lot of players. And Colts, I mean, I thought they would have been able to be decent, but they're 0-6, and I don't know if they're going to turn it around. I'm shocked at how bad they've been. Ever since Manning stopped being their starter, they just went to shit. Priest Holmes was the glue keeping the team together. Went to shit. Okay. Interesting. Holy shit. The Colts are 1-16. Definitely have to have the first overall pick, you'd assume. Okay. Houston 12-5. Tennessee 11-6. Jags miss out barely at 10-7. The Chiefs above them. And you also see Pittsburgh, and Denver, also 10-7, also missed the playoffs. AFC was loaded this year. I'm assuming the NFC looks really weak compared to this group. And let's check out the stats. I'm shocked the Jags actually went 10-7. I thought it was going to be a little bit worse. Especially after midseason. I was like, I think they're gonna be like 8-9 maybe, but yeah, I don't know. RG3 is pretty good. Pretty good. Again, Kirk Cousins actually looking decent in a 1-16 season. I don't understand. I don't see how they're doing it, but they're doing it. Jake Locker, not good. Andrew Luck was fine, but Jake Locker might be a problem. I don't know how this team made the playoffs with quarterback play like this, but it's okay. But they tried Cardell Jones, and he threw a pick, so oh well. MJD, the only 1,000-yard running back still. He's regressing. You can see it. But we have someone on the rise, and it is Jay Ajayi, and he's finally getting the starting work for the Texans, and he is the best running back they've had since Arian Foster. CJ2K still put up at only 700-yard seasons. Jake Locker, for some reason, still running it a shit ton. Spiller is just useless at this point, apparently. Whatever. I don't know. They said, fuck him. Lev Bell is just sitting behind CJ2K doing nothing, man. It's a shame. Odell's really good. Streeter's still really good. Kenny Britt, good season. Thomas, still a good year. Michael Floyd, new addition. Good season. Again, how did this Colts team win one game? Like, they have pieces. AB, decent. Like, Torrey Smith, solid. Some decent seasons. You see rookie Hunter Henry here with a good season. Garcon, still a little bit of a down year. JHI got a lot of receiving work. 10 touchdowns for Brashad Perryman. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Larry Tunsil gave up 21 sacks. That is fucking terrible. Oh, man. Bobby Wagner led with tackles. Wooten, tackles for a loss. Session, 17 sacks, leads the AFC South. Okay. Trufant, 4 picks. He's probably pretty good at this point. Jeremy Lane, he's on the Titans now. Since fucking when? I think you probably drafted him year 2. CJ. 4 recoveries. Okay. Anything crazy? Anything crazy? Doesn't look like it. It's a shame. I don't really care to look at the other people's stand. Yeah, I do. I kind of want to see. I'm kind of curious now that I'm saying it. Real quick, let's just see what other teams are looking like here. Matthew Stafford is insane. Aaron Rodgers is still insane. Mariota is really good. Jared Goff stinks. Who is Adam Weber? And why is he starting? Paxton Lynch shouldn't be starting. Why is he starting? The running backs are regressing. You can see it. Here's this Michael LaShore who won. Oh, he's really good. Who the fuck is this guy? I never heard of this guy in my life. Apparently he's good. Now, at least. Oh my god, CJ2K. That's not his name. I mean, it could be now. He is CJ and he got 2K, but Calvin Johnson, insane year. Insane season. Did not break any records because of Tommy Streeter and Andre Johnson, but still insane. Who is AJ Jenkins? Marvin Jones put up 24 touchdowns magically, and so is Brandon Cooks. Okay, Justin Hunter, 20 touchdowns with under 1,000 yards. That is fucking absurd. What is happening here? I don't know. Anything crazy. Calais Campbell, 19.5 sacks, 7 picks to Maria Davis. For some reason, Titans were like, I'm not going to give you the money. I don't know why, but they didn't. I'm shocked that they still let him go. I'm shocked by a lot of the guys that people have let go, especially Arian Foster. That one really shocked me. But let's see. Can the Titans or Texans get to the Super Bowl? I'm going to say no. And I'm right, unfortunately. Bills, Eagles, Super Bowl. Where did it go wrong? Well, not the first week. It was actually divisional for the Titans and the AFC Championship again for the Texans. Texans 41-17 over the Chiefs. Insane game for them. RG3 was good. Jay Ajayi with a touchdown, sure. Tommy Streeter's Tommy Streeter, dude. I mean, he's gonna go down as a really good player in NFL history. Maybe a Hall of Famer at this rate. He's putting up 100-yard games like every eight games a year or so, and he's doing really well. Titans 28-10 over the Chargers. Jake Walker had a really good game. Who's their quarterback? Dak Prescott. Oh my God, we're at Dak Prescott. Crazy. That's weird. Okay, CJ2K's. I think he's gonna be booty cheeks from now on. Like he's just not looking that great or efficient. Titans again losing by a point. And Buffalo came back down 16-3 or 13-3 and puts up 14 in the fourth quarter with Sam Bradford at the helm. Jake Walker looked like shit. He was bad. Le'Veon Bell took the most efficient runs, at least. Keenan Allen killed them. Jeez. Man. Really, really rough for Tennessee, but Houston 28-14 over the what are they called? The Ravens. RG3 looked really good. Flacco looked bad. Ajayi got 2 touchdowns. RG3 got another one. Tommy Streeter is Tommy Streeter. Perryman and Henry got touched what? No, the guy could play. But Josh Allen, who doesn't exist in this universe yet, the Bills, Sam Bradford, who got outplayed, dude. What the fuck? Sam Bradford had a really rough game. RG3 was good. He wasn't the problem this time. Their run game still just not that great, but it's been the best it's been still. But Keenan Allen, and this isn't the real Kyle Williams. Their defense just was not able to stop him, and whoever this right guard is for the Bills needs to probably get cut. JJ went nutty though, 4 sacks, probably on that same lineman. But we're gonna be seeing a Bills-Eagles Super Bowl. One of these cities will be burning down, maybe both, if we're lucky. Yearly awards: Matt Ryan MVP, Powell, whoever that is. Okay, Kelvin Benjamin Offensive Player of the Year is disgusting. Von Miller, Tyreek Hill exists now. Okay, it's kind of a shame we're seeing a lot of players that aren't in the AFC South. Damn. In terms of winning awards, at least, but like, that's not the end all be all, to be honest. But still, it'd be nice. All right. Looks like Bills beats the Eagles 23-13. So, there you go. Let's see, retirements. Anything crazy? Adrian Peterson retired. Jason Witten retires. Okay. No AFC South retirements. It's interesting how we just don't see that many for our division. But what are we in, year 7? I'm not gonna make the joke, guys. Don't you fucking think about it. I'm not gonna do it. So fuck you. All right. Not doing it. Not saying the thing. It's year 7. We are in year 7. That's it. That's all. Hard stop on the 7. Nothing before it. Definitely nothing before it. Oh my God, RG3 is an Eagle. Why did the Texans not want... RG3 actually played well. He, like, finally played well in a playoff game for the first time, and then they're like, eh. Or, like, in the game that they lost, I should say. And they said, kick the curb. That's insane. RG3, 99 overall, headed to Philly, 7-year deal, $154 million. What is going on? I don't know. But he's gone. Philip Rivers re-signing to the Bears. Who is the answer? Who is the answer for the Texans? I don't know, but Le'Veon Bell freed from being CJ2K's withering body's backup. He's finally gone, and he's going to be really good for the Rams, hopefully. Yeesh. Mike Wallace, Chargers, okay. Anyone, like, interesting for our teams? I don't know, Josh Gordon's a Cardinal now, okay. Doesn't feel like it. Nope. No receivers, no interesting tight ends. DeBrickshaw Ferguson to the Jets, nice. Where he belongs. I'm not seeing anyone. We're just, like, not signing people now. Marquise Pouncey, Saint. He's insanely good. Insanely good, if you will. I won't, but I did. What are the CPU logic at this point is being so stupid. Why did the Cowboys say, let's get both of these really good old right guards? Like, sure, if you move one to left guard, I guess. I get it. But, or center or something, but, like, they're not going to do that because they don't do that. I mean, they'll probably depth chart-wise, maybe, but whatever. Marcus Gilbert goes to the Bears, man. There's Eric Winston, former Texan, what? Saint, okay. Former Texan going to the Chargers, who I feel like are signing a whole team now. Willie Smith, there we go, our first signing, guys. Titans getting a right tackle. Okay. I don't know. It's not a lot going on. There's some good players. Jeremy Mincey, former Jag, going to the Jets now. All right. Lamar Woodley to the Bears. God, hate it. So many Steelers, and I'm hating it. But like Timmons too. But anyways, anyone like going to our teams? No. Clint Session leaving the Jags to the Giants, dude. I'm sick and tired of losing all these players, man. Darrell Reeves to the Rams. Jason McCourty going to the 49ers after already leaving. Hey, Titans got Bill Bentley. All right, sure. Titans are the only ones actually like adding people. Josh Norman leaving. Is it Houston? I forget. It was either Houston or Tennessee. Or was it Indy? I don't remember at this point. One of you guys had him. He's a Commander again. And free safety, nothing. Strong safety, nothing. Kickers, nope. Punters, no. So, some very interesting stuff. I mean, what is happening? What is going on? I mean, I see that Jacksonville, we have no money. I understand that. So that's why we're losing everybody. Colts also have no money. Who are they paying? Who are you guys paying? I guess you're paying. You're spending a lot on a lot of good players, actually. You paid Kirk Cousins so much money. I guess I see why. I see why now. Why there's so many players leaving. The Texans, I'm curious. They couldn't sign him. Okay. 40. Why are you paying Dwayne Brown $40 fucking million? Jesus Christ. No wonder, dude. You guys are paying like everybody else millions and millions of dollars. And now your quarterback's Sean Mannion. Wow. I mean, you guys have to draft a QB at this point. Titans have $0 on the dot. You're paying Kenny Britt insane amounts of money. Jake Walker's getting paid so much. Casey's getting paid a lot. I mean, whew. No wonder we're not signing anyone. We have so many good players to re-sign and keep to the team. Although it doesn't feel like the Jags have anyone on the team anymore, although they're still good. How? I don't know. Oh, wow. Okay. I see how. Andrew Luck still really good. Casey Hayward, Luke Kuechly are really good. Aaron Hernandez, Will Rackley. Like, we're actually, at least the guys we are retaining are really good. Oh, MJD is an 84. Jesus. Okay. I see why. We're doing actually okay. We're doing better than I thought. Um, we'll take a look at the other teams and see what they look like. Kind of a little scan. Oh man, Odell's looking really good. Bobby Wagner obviously is still really good. I've seen a lot of regression here. It's a lot of regression for the Colts still. I mean, there are some really good young players on this team. Joey Bosa, Leonard Williams, Odell. But there's a lot of guys that are not getting better. I'm seeing some guys that are younger, though. I think this team has some youth. But I don't know. Maybe signing Kirk wasn't a good idea. Titans, Kenny Britt, Kima Ayers, Casey. Yeah, like, those all look good. It's actually kind of a drop-off here, but CJ2K is looking a little worse for wear, but still solid enough, I guess. Where is he? Where's Mark Mariani? Oh, no. Uh-oh. We got to find him. Hold on. Pause everything we're doing. Where is he? Where is Mark? Mark Mariani. Please. Please still be on a team somewhere at least. Uh-oh. Is he sitting free agency? He might be. I mean, to be fair, he literally wasn't doing anything for the Titans. Like, he, not literally, but he was pretty useless because they just didn't want to use him for some reason. Is that okay? Is that Calvin? That was Charles. Mario Manningham remains. Oh man, he's bad. Mark Mariani is a free agent. Sad, and he might stay there. I don't think he's gonna get signed. Oh, he was a Charger last season? Missed that. Okay. He put up his second best season. It's kind of depressing, actually. Damn. We're seeing legends just dissipate. It's terrible. Let's take a look at the Wolves Texans real quick before we go into the draft of year 7. We're going on to 7, right? Still. Damn, Desmond Trufant is very good. Tommy Streeter's great. Yeah, Texans have some really good players, man. Jay Jai looks pretty good. I would say the Texans look like a pretty damn good team. The Jaguars are still somehow a good team. I'm surprised by how good they are. But they're keeping their core guys, and their core guys are very good. A little concerned for the Colts, though, still. Titans also still pretty good as well. But let's see what the draft has. I'm assuming the Colts have to have the first pick, right? They were 1-16. They do have the first pick. Who are you guys taking first overall? Lock in your predictions before I click the next pick. My thought is going to be Myles Garrett. Even though you guys have ends, I think Myles Garrett's too good. Maybe not. Who was even here? I don't remember. I'm sticking with Myles Garrett. Fuck it. Leonard Fournette at 1. Oh my god. I think it's actually going to be a good pick for Madden, but that is crazy. Leonard Fournette. I think he's going to be the guy that they need to get that running back room to be good again, because CJ Spiller has just been bad. So it's an interesting pick at 1, but I do think it's actually going to work out. Christian McCaffrey to the Browns. Ooh, Mahomes to the Steelers. Dude, they keep fucking doing it. God damn. All right, Jags. Pick 18. I have no idea who we're taking. Hassan Reddick. That's a decent player. Okay. Finally getting a Dwight Freeney replacement after so many years. Okay. Going to the next pick, we got Titans. Who you guys taking? Who you think? I don't know. Jabril Peppers, that's a pretty solid player. Next user pick. I guess, dawolf, did you leave? Or no, it's just not counting you. That's why it's not doing the next user pick. Oh well, we'll see what you picked when we get to it. I forgot how autopilot worked. All right, Leonard Fournette is a Colt. Wow, Hassan Reddick looks really good, although normal dev, but should probably develop into a decent player. Zay Jones, former Jaguar. James Conner, former Steeler. Love that. David Sharp, okay, he's a 75 somehow. Dietrich Wise, I think Jaguar, maybe. Okay, I mean, good draft, obviously, with the overalls being boosted. It's hard not to. Leonard Fournette, good pick. Forrest Lamp, I remember him, and he was good for like literally a minute. Marcus Williams, good pickup. Another safety, Tedrick Thompson. Ryan Switzer, 77. Who made this draft class, man? Switzer, former Steeler. He wasn't like that, man. He was not like that. Kendrick Bourne, though. There you go. Nicholas Morrow. I think Colts are going to be on the up and up. I feel it. I think. Jabril Peppers is good. Dan Feeney, sure. Tankersley, Blair Brown, sure. Nothing crazy, honestly. Dory Jackson was the pick for the Texans. Duke Riley. Oh, what a bust he was. Vanderdoes, Brian Hill, Juju Smith-Schuster. There you go. So, what's the plan at quarterback? Because you guys drafted Brad Kaya, and that's it. What's the plan? What's the plan? Did you guys sign someone else? I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see. Did they randomly decide to sign someone during draft week? Because if not, we're going to see a very interesting group. I think they're just going to rock with Sean Mannion. I think he's the guy for them, which is it's a choice. It's a choice. There's got to be someone in free agency better. This team, that team's a Super Bowl caliber team, and you're rocking Sean Mannion. I don't know. I wouldn't feel good about that. If I were a Texan of any kind, I wouldn't feel good about that. But I don't know. Let's sim to midseason and see if Sean Mannion's their quarterback or if it's somebody else. I would have to bet on someone else because there's got to be someone better, right? There's got to be. Also, how did the Eagles even have enough money to sign RG3 to that contract? I don't know. But he got a bag, and I guess it just kind of is what it is. But Jags 3-3, Tennessee 5-1. There we go. Indy on the up and up 4-3, and Sean Mannion might actually be the quarterback for Houston at 1-5. Oh man. That's not good. Not good. Not good at all. Not good for the Texans. They were so close to the Super Bowl twice. And they said, let's not bring RG3 back, and let's only start Sean Mannion. What a decision. Huh. Crazy things happening. Crazy things. But we're on 2018 draft now. That is crazy as well. What are we in? Year... Is this 7 or 8 now? I can't remember anymore, man. I guess we're going to keep going with this guy's draft class. This is... Hold on. We did the 12, 13... 14. We're in 7 still, I think. I'm losing track of years at this point. I don't know. I'm like It's crazy, but this is a good year to need a quarterback. Texans: Baker, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Lamar, Josh Rosen, Mason Rudolph, um, Saquon's here. This is a pretty good draft class. I mean, there's a lot of really good players in this 2018 class. So I don't know. I think it's very funny that Sean Mannion's the guy. He's the guy apparently. At least for this year. Maybe not for next though. Um, anyone for the South traded? Nope. No trades. All right, let's go to the playoffs. If I had the bet, I'd say Colts, Titans are the only teams in the playoffs this year for the AFC South. I would be shocked to see the Texans. I think Jags have an outside chance. They're 3-3 right now. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. And okay, Jags do make the playoffs, and the Texans managed to get to 6-11. The Colts completely flounder, go to 7-10 after a good start. Not what I was expecting. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Well, let's check out the stats. Ugh. Crazy stuff still. I'm shocked by a lot of the things that have been happening. Sean Mannion, most passing yards, but he stunk it up with the picks. Andrew Luck was solid. Jake Locker, very efficient. Only 3 picks. Kirk Cousins, this is just the Kirk Cousins stat line at this point. He's not really going to do anything else for him. Cardell Jones got involved for some reason. MJD still keeping up there with the 1,000 yards. JJ close to 1,000. Close. He's getting there. He's looking good. CJ Spiller still has the rock there. All right. Over Leonard Fournette, first overall pick. CJ2K is just a corpse at this point. I mean, they're just dragging him 3 yards carry, 13 touchdowns still somehow. I mean, did they do anything? Fournette got 10 touchdowns. Was very inefficient on 42 carries though. Probably just the short yard back. Odell looked pretty good. Streeter still doing his thing. AB, Kenny Britt, and Torrey Smith all above 1,000. DT and Boyd above 900. You got Allen Robinson, Cook, Thomas, Henry. A lot of mouths to feed in this division, and they're still getting fed for the most part. Ryan Switzer going crazy. Crazy. Still, oh my God, Glenn Gronkowski is a fucking Texan. No way. Still shocked that Mariani is not a Titan anymore. JJ Watt had a really good season. Not shocking. Bobby Wagner, 5 picks. Let's see. What are we doing with the Super Bowl here? What are we doing? Anyone making it this year? I don't feel like it. I don't think our teams are good enough that are there right now. I don't know. It's going to be Eagles, Steelers, PA Super Bowl. What happened? Wow. Not anything good. Jags get obliterated against the Bills. 41 to 13? Yeah. Sam Bradford killed us. Andrew Luck, not great, but not terrible. Run game just never really showed up. Leonard Hankerson, whoever this guy is, killed me. Allen Robinson was good. Keenan Allen also destroyed me. Like, Eiffel Towered me. That was fucked up, man. Crazy. Wesley Woodyard also had a really good game. And then Titans barely lose to the Raiders. Blake Bortles looking pretty good. Jake Locker looking good, but not as good. Arian Foster had a good game. CJ2K did not have a great game. Kenny Britt was good. Boyd was also good, but just wasn't enough. So, once again, no AFC South champion for the year. Any yearly awards of interest? RG3 on the Eagles, MVP. You hate to see it if you're dawolf. Same thing with Arian Foster at 2. Crazy. They lost their 2 best players, man, but they still have JJ, who's now their best. Anything interesting? Arian Foster, Offensive Player of the Year. JJ Watt, Brooks Reed, both best at their position. So there's that. Man, what did he do? RG3. Yeah, he looked pretty good, huh? Without actually looking too much into it, but it's a shame. It's a damn shame. But let's see, who wins the Super Bowl? I'm rooting for the Steelers because that's my team, obviously. Yeah, it looks like the Eagles 30-17 with RG3. Man, he couldn't get it done with the Texans, but first season with the bag thrown at him from Philly, and they get the job done. Year 1 with him. So maybe it wasn't an RG3 problem. Maybe it wasn't a Terrell Pryor problem. Maybe it was a Texans problem. It's a shame. No AFC retirements. That's nice. AFC South, I should say. Uche Nwaneri. I didn't even see he left, but former Jag guard retires. Michael Griffin, former Titan safety, retires. David Stewart, former tackle for the Titans. Same thing with Rob Baronis, kicker for the Titans, retired. Paul Posluszny won like eight game middle linebacker for the Jags. Really didn't play much of a factor in this. Paul Salai, I think, was a Colt D tackle. Jonathan Joseph, Texan, retired. Austin Coley, I think no, he was a Colt, right? Retired. So, some of our guys retire. They just retire whenever they leave. They have to leave us first, and then they'll retire. Damn. All right, well, let's see. Can we get any good free agencies going on here? Jaguars have a good amount of money now. We'll see if that continues. I'm assuming the Texans have much more money without RG3 at this point, and maybe not. I don't know. I'm interested to see. Maybe this is the year we see some really big signings. Maybe this is the year where good things happen for the AFC South. Yeah, right. Yeah, totally. I mean, looks like the Jags spent a good bit of money, about 40 mil spent here, so that's nice. Spent like all 47 mil that they had. Let's see, where did the money go? Jerick McKinnon is a Jag. Ruben is a Jag. Got Charius Wright. Got 2 fullbacks. Juszczyk, former Titan. And Sean Chappis. Travis Benjamin, Trent Murphy, Kelvin Shepard. Just a lot of kind of alright players for the most part. But let's see what else. Oh, I just saw that. That's going to be something to get to later. Wow. Okay. Isaiah Peed. Crazy. Marcel Reese. Anything? Allen Robinson already. fucking lost Allen Robinson already. He goes to Seattle. We couldn't have paid him. He didn't want to play here. That's annoying. Whatever. Jags couldn't get Allen Robinson back. Whatever. That's fine. Joe Thomas is a Raven. That's weird. 201, also a Raven for some reason. Sure. Why not? And yeah, we're just like not seeing a lot. I mean, where is all this money going for the rest of the teams in the division? I don't know. Like, it's like one team in the division a year puts some money out there, and then that's it. No one else does. Jerry Hughes, no longer Colt, is now a Bronco, taking the Peyton Manning route. Dante Mock's now a Buck. Damn. This guy's moving around. Belcher was a Colt before. Now he's a Giant. Just like nothing. Yeah, nothing. Just nothing. Nothing at all. Kind of insane. But it is what it is. I don't know. We did what we had to do with our teams, so just we got so many really good players that we built up, and they had to sign them, and we just were not able to keep up money-wise. Let's see how the draft treats us. Maybe some really good stuff. Tommy Streeter really wants to get a quarterback, and I don't blame him for wanting a quarterback, because the idea of trotting Sean Mannion as your starting quarterback with no backup plan for the season is a terrible idea. Texans take Saquon Barkley. So you're telling me they had Jay Ajayi, who was developing, doing well, and they're like, we need a quarterback, but in a good quarterback class, but let's take Saquon. I mean, Saquon, great, right? He's amazing, and their run game should be really good. But what about their passing game? They're going to rock with Sean Mannion. Tommy Streeter's pissed because they, for some reason, are just like, let's not take a good quarterback. Josh Allen's still on the board. Lamar Jackson is still on the board. Crazy. That's insane. Let's check out what the Colts do at 11. They take Rashaan Evans. I think he was actually a Colt. Yes, he was. He wasn't great in real life, but maybe he'll be okay. All right, to the Jags. Very interested to see who we take here. Jaguars take Isaiah Wynn at left tackle. He also was not very good in real life, but he's going to be the guy, I guess. And then the Titans take Tremaine Edmonds. That's a pretty good pick. And we'll go to the end of draft. The Texans are really killing me here. No quarterback. Like, Baker and Sam Darnold were gone. Whatever. Like, good on you not taking Josh Rosen, but, like, Josh Allen's there. And so is Lamar Jackson. But no, let's not do that. Let's not make sense. Let's not be good. They trusted Sean Mannion for some reason. I don't know why. They have trust in him for whatever reason. I don't get it. But maybe they drafted someone later. Who's to say? Isaiah Wynn looks really high overall for some reason. But otherwise, Jags draft was horrible. And this is on that upgraded overall BS. So I'm shocked that they drafted so horribly. Sean Evans, Carlton Davis. He's a buck in real life. You also got Mason Rudolph. Very nice. It's an alright class. Titans. Why is Tremaine so low? Okay. Sure. DJ Reed's 70 overall. It's not bad. Texans, Saquon. Okay. I'm not going to question your stuff. Because you got Saquon and Lamar in the same draft. Okay. That's fine. You can have it. This is like dawolf's wet dream right here. This is a wet dream for dawolf. Getting Saquon, who's 82 speed. Who's making these classes? Who is making these classes? Okay, sure, but they also got Lamar, who's accurate speed, like 97. Like, this is a more accurate Lamar. Yeah, I mean, he would love Lamar. This is just another type of, like, let me get a really athletic quarterback with a good arm. So, not shocking that that's what they went with. I'm shocked that he lasted till their second pick. That's a great pick. It is a really great pick. Great draft for them, too. I think Texans are going to be good again. I think they're going to turn things around. They got a really good running back who's slow as shit for no reason. Then they also got a really good quarterback. So, assuming he develops how he's developed in real life, which probably with Madden. Probably. Oh, Josh Allen is a Raven. Okay. Very interesting. So we're in year 8. Let's head over to mid-season. I have no predictions. I think the Texans are going to be good. Titans are probably still going to be good. Colts, I have no idea. Jags, I have no idea. No clue. Wow, Saints are 6-0. Texans are 5-2. Jags are 4-3. Titans are bad. 2-5 right now, and 3-4 Colts. QB breakout. Okay, I'm not going to do that, but sure. Okay, cool. So we're looking for 2019 draft now. Gosh, it's making me feel old now that I'm seeing all these draft classes that I actually remember and watched. There's a 1996 draft. Oh my god. Imagine if we would have done that. Imagine we would have played from rosters that far back. I don't know how good they would have been, to be fair, but would have been interesting. Kyler Murray. Nick Bosa. Colts could try to get both Bosas. Daniel Jones. Man. Very interesting start for week 8. I'm not even going to look at the trades because we haven't done anything literally any season, so we're just going to go to the playoffs. I don't think we've made a trade since, like, we physically ourselves have made trades, so that's okay. Playoffs, I have no predictions, though. It honestly could all turn to shit. Everyone could be shit. Everyone could be good. Something in between. It's possible. Well, Jags are in the playoffs. And Texans are 12-5, still in the playoffs. Colts, 9-8, just outside. I would say just outside, technically. One game off, but they were not close to actually making it in tiebreakers. Chargers, Broncos, and Bengals. Bengals are behind them. What? Jets, Broncos, Chargers, all 9-8, ahead of Indy. And then Tennessee 5-12. Not what I was expecting. Kirk Cousins might finally be good? Question mark. He might actually be good now. So that's interesting. Owner, hold on. Who's this? Excuse me. I didn't know you were. Oh, you were the owner. Oh, okay. I see. I didn't know that. I thought you were D'Amico Ryans the whole time. My apologies. All right. Well, let's check out season 8 stats here. Kirk Cousins has hit his stride at what, 30 years old? Yeah, kind of similar to real life, honestly. He's like really good now. Just missing the playoffs though. Lamar, pretty great rookie season. Luck, nothing crazy. Walker, still not anything crazy either. No 1,000 yard runner. Hello? Oh, MJD's gone all of a sudden. Oh, good. Okay. Would have liked to have known that. Jerick McKinnon, though, walked right in and is actually pretty decent. Leonard Fournette looks solid. Jay Ajayi, 17 touchdowns. Saquon can go suck a dick, apparently. Draft a running back in the first round. Say, Jay Ajayi's got this. We're good. Although Tennessee's leading rusher was Jake Locker, so that's a good sign. Who was even there? I don't think you guys ran the football very much. CJ2K had 32 carries. He played 3 games. Was he hurt? Did he get hurt? I mean, he must have, right? He only played in week 16, 17, and 18. He must have gotten hurt. Well, still didn't run it very much. Hotel, oh my god. 138 catches, 2,200 yards, 22 touchdowns. Insane. Streeter just very consistently good. Boyd, Brown, Thomas, Hernandez back up there. A lot of pretty solid seasons down the board as we go. Switzer's here still. Hunter Henry had a down season. It's interesting. Even with better quarterback play, that is very intriguing. JJ Watt, 26.5 sacks, just absolutely demolishing. He's pretty damn good. Kuechly and Kareem Jackson with 5 picks each. Well, I mean, let's see. And Texans or Jags Super Bowl, maybe. Possibly. Let's see. This could be a good year for the Texans. I mean, they did get Lamar Jackson at quarterback. They're not using Saquon, but no. It's going to be Steelers, Packers. Again, no AFC South. And, well, let's check out. I'll go with the Jags one first since we lost in overtime, 30-24. Mahomes. Oh, God. Mahomes on the Steelers is insane. And then Andrew Luck did very little. But he was decent. James White's apparently really good. D-Hop's insane. Jesus, dude. I don't... The Steelers just keep being good. Man, it's crazy. Houston in the Terrell Pryor Bowl. Terrell Pryor stunk. Lamar was really good. J.J. was good. Where's Saquon? 1 carry. Jesus Christ. Where's Tommy Streeter? 1 catch for a touchdown, 20 yards. Okay. Didn't have to do a ton. Still won. But the Steelers, again, whipping ass. They just said, fuck you, Texans. Lamar did not do very well. Mahomes wasn't great, but James White was good. Texans decided, let's not run the football. Does that sound familiar? Streeter is good, though. Man, this is just, it's like we're getting to the playoffs, some of our teams, but they're just not, they're not putting together. And, like, look at the rankings for the Jags, just top 10 everything, and they get collapsed by the, not collapsed, they lose a close game, but still, like, we're not able to get to the Super Bowl. None of us, none of our teams have been able to get to that since we played. So it's unfortunate, but like not surprising. It's hard to get to the Super Bowl. Only two teams get there every year, and we can only get one of those spots. And it's been a lot of the Steelers and got the Patriots once. Looks like the Steelers won 30-16. Saints, Carson Wentz, MVP. All three of those things don't even sound real together. And it looks like Dwayne Brown, legendary left tackle for the Texans, is retiring. That's the only AFC South current player. But he is retiring. Joe Reitz or whatever, he is retiring. Clint Session, former Jag, retiring. Eric Winston, former Texan, retiring. Mincy, former Jag, retiring. D'Amico Ryans, former Texan, retiring. Sticking to only coaching. Antoine Bethea, former Colt, retiring. Antonio Smith, former Texan, retiring. So definitely some names here. Frosty Rucker, my king, did not play for any of us, but I love the name of Frosty Rucker. But we're going into season 9 now, and I don't know. I think we're gonna stop at season 10 after 10 seasons, and I don't know. I don't feel like we are going to see a Super Bowl for any of our AFC South teams. I really don't. I really do not think we're gonna get there, and it's unfortunate, but I think it's just realistic. I mean, we've had some AFC Championship runs for Jags and Texans, but it's been a couple years, and I don't know. It doesn't really feel like we've been moving needles to get to a point. I think the Texans are maybe the closest just because they have rookie deal Lamar. They also have rookie deal Saquon, who they didn't use for some reason. Whatever. I would feel less annoyed with the pick of Saquon if they actually used him, but they didn't. All right. Whoa, Calais Campbell. So, Jaguars only brought in a backup strong safety, Kenny Phillips. I hope he's a backup at least. That's about it. Anything interesting? Brandon Whedon still in the league at 35. He's a 57 overall. Holy shit. Anything for anyone in our division? Hey, Ricky Ortiz going to the Texans. There you go. And you also got Tony Fiametta. Nice. Diggs going to the Chargers. Rashad Perryman leaving the Texans, going to the Eagles. Okay. Interesting. Sure. Only one tight end signed. Joe Thomas going back to the Ravens. All right. Cool. Anything. Is there anyone going anywhere? Who is Larry Warford? Someone drafted him. Was it the Colts? I can't remember. One of us drafted him. It wasn't me. But one of you guys drafted him. He's gone now, so it doesn't matter. But Shaq Mason was a Jag. He's now a Chief, of course. Sure. Just like, Zach Martin already going to the Dolphins now. Okay. Oops. Hold on. Yep. No one interesting. Okay. Right tackle. Did I miss anyone? Nope. Okay. Calais Campbell going to the Cowboys. That's a big deal for sure, but not for us, so we don't care. Where's our big signings, man? Not getting anyone. Former Jag, Damon Harrison, going to the Ravens. Former Texan Connor Barwin going to the Steelers, of course. Where else? Where else would he be going? Why did the Seahawks sign so many middle linebackers? Man, just nothing. So, hold on. Big signing. Terrell Suggs going to the Texans for a year probably and then retiring. But hey, that's a good Super Bowl potential. Nothing. Eric Weddle to the Steelers, of course. Of course. Never been so mad at the Steelers winning. God damn it. Let us win. Let us win one. Scobie going to the Bears, former Jag, former Colt. Justin Tucker going to the Pack. The Saints. Sure. Texans want 2 punters, Daniel Sepulveda and Lack Edwards. Sure. Punter battle, I guess. All right. The draft. I'm interested to see where this goes. At this point, I don't really think it's going to go well. For the Titans, pick 2. Kyler's off the board. I don't think they're going quarterback anyways. I don't know who they're going to take. We'll see. Nick Bosa. I mean, you got both Bosas in the AFC South now. That's a really good pick. So I'm sure CJ would be happy with that. Heading over to the Colts pick. Who's up for the selection? Jerry Tillery. Yeah, he's not that great. He's not. In real life. He's probably good in this draft class because this draft class is kind of... These draft classes are boosted. But either way. Going to the Jags pick. And then we'll have to look at the Wolves pick, Texans pick in the full draft recap. But, we drafted DeAndre Baker, who, shot somebody. Oh, God. Former Giant. He was also a first-round pick for Giants, I think. Yeesh. Corner. I mean, I don't know how his rating's going to be, but okay. Sure. But, man. Let's see. DeAndre Baker, 72. Okay. Taylor Rapp to the Jags. Sure. Deontay Thompson. Okay. Not really that great of a class, to be honest. Colts, Jerry Tillery. Sure. Eric McCoy. He's pretty solid center in real life. Outside of that, pretty bad, to be honest. Titans. Bosa was a great pick. Josh Jacobs, that's a really good pick. Maybe finally gonna have the CJ2K replacement. Paris Campbell, he would have been a problem. Hakeem Butler. Scotty Miller. Damn, stacking up on receivers, crazy style. Texans grabbed Titus Howard in the first round again. I think he was a first rounder before. Jermaine Pratt and Jonathan Abram. Sure. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot better players that people could have drafted. Other than Tennessee. Tennessee did a good job. Although they were $25 million in negative cap. So that's that might be a problem. Might be a Super Bowl or bust season for them. And just based on the fact that they had the second pick, might be closer to a bust. So, but we'll see. Does look like Dwayne Brown. I'm just noticing the 2032 Hall of Fame class. So there you go, dawolf. And season 9. Mid-season, here we come. It is 1:30 almost for me right now. Recording this, I'm getting tired. If you couldn't tell, my energy levels are lower for sure. That's okay. I'm gonna power through all 10 seasons. We're almost there before I go to bed, because I don't feel like picking it up tomorrow because I want to start other shit. But halfway through, we got Steelers at 5-1, of course. Why wouldn't they be great? Jags are 3-4, probably about to lose again. Texans 6-1, and then Titans 3-3, Colts 3-4. So we got a bit more of a little bit of a race going on here in the division. It's a tighter group here. There you go. We're looking at 2020 draft. Is that true? Is that true? Hold on. Oh, I don't remember. It is, isn't it? 2020. Right? Hold on. What do we have? We have 20. Yeah, we're 2020. Oh, God. That's fucked up. That's messed up, damn. We're in 2020. That's crazy. Okay. 20. I guess I should have put in 2020 specifically, but that's fine. That works too. So this one has what? CeeDee Lamb. Is Jefferson in this one? Burrow. Herbert. Judy. Jefferson. Yeah, this is a good draft class. Really good quarterback draft class, so I don't know where any of our teams are going to be. Jake Walker, I don't know what his situation is. While we're here, before we really get any further, let's take a quick look and see what the rosters look like. Jags still have some high-end guys. Ogba's developing crazily high. Some of the older guys are still around that we had from the original 2 seasons. But I don't know. I think the high-end talent has definitely died down a bit. I mean, obviously still some really good players, but I think it's significantly lower overall. Odell and Bobby Wagner, both 99. They're insane. McAfee's still around. Costanzo. But, like, yeah, the high-end talent isn't here. Like, consistently here. I don't know. It's got some great players, but doesn't feel like people are developing as high as you'd want. Switzer is an 85. He's playing down an 85. That's absurd. Interesting, to say the least. I mean, I don't even know anymore what is even happening. I don't care about the Chiefs. Although Kelvin Benjamin is a fucking 95, so that's something. Titans, Akeem Ayers is still the best player. Jake Locker's still doing all right. He's a 91. But you got some guys regressing for sure. We're bringing in some new blood here. Texans, JJ's still really good. Trufant, Streeter still great. JJ is looking really good. Lamar's looking really good. How about Saquon? What's Saquon up to? He's an 80. Come on. He shouldn't have 80s. He should have like 92. But I'm not going to change it because that's very it's favoritism. And that's not the tism I have, okay? Not favoritism, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and sim to the playoffs and see how it shakes up. It seems like the Texans are a for sure thing. I would say so. They do look like the best roster at this point. But I could see any of us making it there. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. Really depends. Could we all make it? I don't think so. Not like how we did this last season. Like that we played the last season we played. To clarify, not... Yeah, you know what I mean. Alright, playoffs. Here we are. Ooh, Jags finished 7-10. Ew, our worst record in a while. And only the Texans are in the playoffs at 11-6. Tennessee goes 8-9. And Indy goes 6-11. Doesn't entirely shock me, to be honest, but man, rough. Let's check out the stats. Jake Walker, most yardage, but like, I don't know. He feels like a shell of his former self, but he's still solid. Lamar is really good. Andrew Luck's still having good years. Kirk Cousins had a really good season. Mason Rudolph played for some reason. Jerick McKinnon, only 1,000 yard runner right now. 16 touchdowns. Fournette's looking decent. JHI's looking good. Josh Jacobs is decent enough, I guess. Jake Walker still getting 100 carries for some reason. Saquon's still not getting used. CJ Duque has officially become a backup. He's a 71 overall. Oh gosh, he is extremely washed. Extremely washed. But not washed is Odell, Kenny Britt, Tyler Boyd, Tommy Streeter still doing his thing. I mean, it's impressive. He's becoming like Mike Evans, I would say. Like, he's not outside of his rookie year. He hasn't put up like super high-end numbers, but like he's putting up Mike Evans numbers. He's getting past 1,000, sometimes by a couple hundred over 1,000. He's putting up good touchdown numbers. Like, he's a good, consistent receiver for sure. Definitely giving me Mike Evans vibes. Ryan Switzer being good is like hell froze over. Juju, 12 touchdowns, had a good year. Still seeing some names that we've seen having some productive seasons, but we are seeing some guys maybe not having those consistent seasons as much anymore. We are kind of getting to that point, I would say. Bobby Wagner's still with the most total tackles, but Kuechly the most solo. Wooten, Casey, both 18 tackles for loss. JJ is just a beast, 16 sacks. Picks, there's nothing crazy. So, let's see what the Texans can do. The only team in the playoff chase at this point. I don't know. It's going to be tough, but they have a roster to do it, but they're not going to. We're seeing the Packers and Steelers again. Packers and Steelers once again. Man, oh man. And Texans did make it to the second round, but they lost the Steelers again. The Steelers are just they're being really tough to beat. Overtime game, Texans Ravens. Josh Allen versus Lamar. This is a great matchup in real life. We just saw that, but Lamar did get outplayed. Josh Allen was great, but it didn't matter because J.J. was really good. Bray Rice is still in the league. Oh, God. Braxton Miller. Oh, my God. It didn't matter. The Texans won. But the Steelers are just so much better for some reason than anyone. 24 points in the second quarter is insane work. Mahomes is now their quarterback, and that's insane. They went from Big Ben to Pat Mahomes. I wish that's how it went in real life, but it's not. And that is just insanity that they got him, and he's good. Lamar wasn't bad, but he was definitely no Mahomes. James White wasn't that efficient, but got some yardage and touchdown, but Houston didn't really run it much. D-Hop, I mean, dude, the Steelers team, I'm going to look at the Steelers team after this because their team's literally insane. It is wild. It is wild how they've built this team. They've been just insane over and over and over. So you got Mahomes, who's already a 96 overall with the morale. Oh my gosh. And Sam Bradford, Cody Kessler. Oh God. James White is really good for some reason. D-Hop, Vincent Brown, Tyler Lockett, Cortland Sutton now. River Craycraft, Tyler Eifert, got Andres Pete, left tackle. Even Britton's still around. He's winning Super Bowls at least. Someone is. Fuck, dude. Finally, a Jaguar winning a Super Bowl. Their O-line is insane. Got Shaq Lawson, Cam Hayward still around, Derek Wolf, Shore. Good D-line. They got Connor Barwin, of course. Former Texan. Scooby Wright, UFL legend. Miles Jack coming before he got washed. He's insane. They got amazing corners. They got Eric Weddle for this season. Their worst player is their strong safety. They got David Bueller. I feel like they collected like one player from each of our teams. They said like Infinity Gauntlet style. Like, fine, I'll do it myself. And they just decided we're gonna win Super Bowls with or without you guys. And they decided, I don't know. It's just insane. I don't know. They're building a crazy team right now. And yeah, we're over here suffering. We can't get to the AFC Championship again even. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus on the AFC Championship side of things. But this time it does look like the Packers won. Wow. Fred Warner. Oh boy. Yeah, Packers won the Super Bowl. So I was talking up the Steelers like that and then they lose. So that's a good job. But hey, Terrell Suggs retired. I don't think he even did very much for the Texans. Connor Barwin, former Texan, retires. Shane Leckler, former Texan, I believe. I don't know if he was a Texan at this point in our franchise or not, but Brandon Whedon finally retires. Fun notes there. Man, Ravens losing Yonda, Thomas, and Woodley. Arian Foster retires as a Raider. Crazy. Jerome Felton, I think he was Texans or no, he's the Colts fullback, retired. Mike Wallace, huh? Timmons, Shore. Kevin Kolb is still here? Okay. Anyone like notable that we had on our teams? I don't know. MJD retires, 14 years. Damn. Tyvon Branch, I know he was on one of our teams. Russell Allen was on my team for a little bit. Big Ben retired. Eli Manning retired. Okay, did Phillip Rivers retire? Did he already retire? Jamal Charles. I don't see a lot of our guys, no. But MJD finally retires. It's a shame, but it's probably time for him. But we've got one more season left. That sounds so excited, don't I? I'm just tired, but we're gonna power through. We're gonna keep going. So let's see. Year 10, can we get it done? I'm going to say no. I have no confidence in any of our teams to actually put together teams that are good enough to make it to the Super Bowl, let alone get past the Steelers, because the Steelers seem to be where we need to get past, and we have yet to really do that. So, yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I would love to see the Colts make it back to the playoffs again. That'd be the first time since we were actually playing. I mean, I'd love the Jags. I'd love for all of us to make the playoffs again and make it interesting, but I don't know. Let's see. So Jaguars sign Corey Littleton and Trey Jackson Shore. Aaron Rodgers is a Patriot. Oh God. Ray Rice is a Raider. Anyone. CJ Spiller is a 61 overall, going to the Chiefs. terrible. Does anyone want to sign on any of our teams? I don't think so. Alex Lewis, who we drafted, Jags drafted in this span, and he's a Jet now. Yeah, we're at the point where I feel like most of our team is like the really good players that we had left over, and then like a lot of guys just left. Jeremy Zutta is a backup guard for the Texans, I guess. Gets signed. Sure. Really did not make moves here. Rob Havenstein, that's an okay move for the Colts. Getting another right tackle in there. I don't know if he's gonna start or not, but he's there. Cavell Connor leaving the Colts, going to the Lions. At least I think he was still on the Colts. I'm pretty sure. Tyson Alualu going to the Ravens after being with the Jags for his whole career. Okay. Love that. Michael Brockers, that's a good signing. Colts trying to make some moves here last season. Corey Wooten leaves the Titans, goes to the Packers, of course, Super Bowl champs. Mitchell Lowen going to the Texans, sure. I forgot about Suet Cravens. Holy crap. And anyone else? Anyone else at all? Feeling like no. Although Stephen Weatherly, who is slow as shit, 82. Oh, he's a linebacker. Okay, never mind. That was a corner. He's okay, I guess. He's a Texan. Forgot to say that. Nothing. Safeties. Nope. Kicker, Justin Tucker, making his way back to the AFC South, but as a Texan. And also Daniel Carlson. Sure. What a group. Pat McAfee is a free agent. We're just like watching our teams just fucking shrivel up and die on free agency now at this point. It's kind of sad. To put it in like a really morbid way, that's kind of sad. But anyways, last draft. This is a really good draft. 2020's draft. Let's see. Who are we all gonna draft? Are we gonna get any game changers? Jeff Okuda goes number 1 overall. Joe Burrow goes number 2 to the Chargers. Is Herbert going to go to any of our teams? I don't think so. But who are the Colts going to take? Maybe. They're going to go Jerry Jeudy. Pairing him up with Odell. That's an interesting duo. That should be fun. It might be able to get you guys to the playoffs. Let's see. To the Jags now. Jordan Love went before Herbert. Oh, wow. Okay. Who are the Jags going to take? Who are we taking? Henry Ruggs, Jesus fucking Christ. In Madden, he would be so fun and probably be overpowered. But in real life, he's obviously ass. We know that. Titans select CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, I mean, that's a really good pick. We all picked a receiver. I think one of us picked a bad one, but that's okay. And then we'll see who dawolf's Texans took in the draft recap. But I wonder where Herbert. I didn't pay attention if he got drafted before. CJ Titans pick. Anyways, I'm just fucking like saying shit now. All right. Let's see, who did we take as the Jags? So Henry Ruggs is a fucking 79 overall in this draft class. That's insane. He's probably gonna do really well in Sim. Grant Delpit, okay, it's not bad. Neville Gallimore, Jacob Eason, Gabe Davis, former Jag in real life for a second. Malik Hudson, John Hightower, sure. Not a bad draft class at all. I'll take it. Colts, Jerry Jeudy, very good pick. Austin Jackson, horrible pick. Lynn Bowden, interesting. Terrell Burgess, 74, he's good. Okay, not the best outside of Jeudy, though, in that draft. Titans, CeeDee Lamb, obviously great pick. Is this AJ Epinesa? I think so. I don't know why everything is censored, but I'm pretty sure that's AJ Epinesa. And Devin ICAC, or whatever, I don't know. Jake Fromm, Cinema. That's the pick right there. That's the winning pick. Cesar Ruiz is the pick. And then Van Jefferson. Zach Bond, who I wonder if they updated his dev trait. No. To be fair, he was really not like that amazing of a player. He was decent in New Orleans, but he just fucking went crazy with the Eagles. Derek Brown, Chase Young. You know, I'm looking at it. There's a lot of there are still a lot of really good players, but there's a lot of good players in here that are really just busts. Like Chase Young, good player, but never lived up to his draft pedigree. Obviously Henry Ruggs, we know what happened. Isaiah Simmons never really could work out. Jeff Okudah was a bust. Laviska Shenault was a bust. Kinlaw was a bust. Rager's a bust. There's some good players here. Chason never really turned out. Henderson was a bust. But yeah, there's some pretty meh players. Where did Herbert go? Jalen Hurts is a fucking Niner. Herbert is a Commander. Tua is a 74 overall. That's the more pressing issue there. He's a Jet. Oh well. Well, in our last season, what do you guys think? Make your predictions now. Are we going to the Super Bowl? Any of us? If we put all of our teams together, maybe we could. But hey, looks like MJD made it to the Hall of Fame. He was the only one inducted. I hate how that works, though. They don't do it in the right way. They're like, hey, you retired immediately. We're only picking from the retired players. From your league, and I'm like, I appreciate the attempt of having our guys retire and then getting inducted so they get some sort of recognition, but it's not realistic at all. They're like, hey, you retired 1 year, you're getting put in now. If you don't get put in now, you're not getting put in ever. That's how it works, and it's stupid. They should wait 5 years. And then they should also have other players, real life Hall of Famers being mentioned. But that's a little thing again. I don't know. It's Madden, mid-season. Where are we going? Who we winning? Who's winning? I think the Texans have the biggest. I think if I had to put money on it, I'd put it on the Texans. Which, I mean, they drafted Lamar in the second round. He's on a rookie deal. Everyone else is rocking big contract quarterbacks. So, and Lamar is probably better than all of them at this point. So I would say I would bet on Lamar in the Texans. And Saquon, who's still not getting used. So, sure. Taking a while to sim now. Interesting. Okay, week 8. Jaguars 4-3, Titans 4-2, Houston 4-3, Indy 2-4. The Steelers have fallen, by the way. They're 2-4, but the Patriots are back. Those fucking Patriots, man. I will not be adding a draft class now because we're not going further in this video with it, and I don't think it really makes sense to worry about it, right? Let's into the playoffs. Oh, we have a expansion team. San Antonio Blues, I think, replacing the Bengals. So that's neat. Very neat. To the playoffs. I was thinking, like, man, this is going to be so shitty to edit, but I'm not editing this. Let's be real. This is mainly for just us. You guys can skip through. Probably already did at this point, but. So, we see the Jags sadly did not make the playoffs. They went 7-10 again. Houston 10-7. Tennessee 9-8. Both make the playoffs. Cleveland's 13-4. The Steelers managed to make the playoffs. But Indy 8-9. Never made it to the playoffs in this sim, but close twice, maybe 3 times, and did end up being above Jacksonville. So there's that. Kind of sad that never got back to the AFC Championship after that 3-time stretch. Really, Andrew Luck did really good, and we still didn't make it to the playoffs. Huh. Lamar was good. Nothing new. Kirk Cousins was solid. Andrew Luck was good. Jake Locker, not that good. Not that great. No 1,000-yard runner anymore. J.J. looks like the best running back in the division at this point, though. Jerick McKinnon is decent, but missed some games. Josh Jacobs seems to have most of the workload there. Tennessee got a ton of touchdowns. Fournette, he's getting some carries. He's doing all right. Jake Locker still running it a shit ton. James Conner got some runs. Saquon starting to get some more yards, more runs. He's getting involved. Receiving, Odell is doing really good. Switzer is the second best receiver. They drafted CeeDee Lamb. Or, no, you guys drafted Jerry Jeudy and fucking Switzer. Ryan's fucking Switzer, dude. I don't understand that, but okay. Tommy Streeter, again, Mike Evans. He's just Mike Evans at this point. Super consistent. Zay Jones, sure. Aaron Hernandez is really good. Kenny Britt no longer in the 1,000-yard club. Got Boyd, AB still around. Cook. Got Smith, Henry, Paris Campbell, Juju, Henry Ruggs. Had a decent rookie year. Jerry Jeudy didn't get as involved with that as I thought he would. Also, Ladarius Green kind of fell off. Like, he really did not get involved as much. Okay. Kuechly with the most tackles. Keem Ayers tackles for loss leader. TJ Watt, obviously, sack leader. Trufant and MJ Stewart with the picks. Fumbles. Nope. Nothing crazy. All right. But this is where it comes down to. Can the Titans or the Texans make it to the Super Bowl? I hope so, for the sake of it being a nice ending of the 10 years, but I have a feeling it's not going to be. And it's not. It's a Browns-Eagles Super Bowl. God damn. How did the Browns make it before any of us did? It doesn't make any sense. And of course, Titans and Texans both lose in the first round. Titans lose to the Browns 35-7. third quarter. At the end of the third quarter, that's bad. Baker Mayfield made it back to the Browns. I didn't even see that, but he's doing them right this time, bringing them to the Super Bowl. Jake Walker, he's done. He's washed. Yeah, he's washed. They have Christian McCaffrey too. Holy shit. They have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who is about as good as he was in real life, which is not. Um, Titans just could not run the football since they lost CJ. Even with CJ, they were not that great for a while. They have Mark Andrews too. What the fuck, dude? What are they doing? Justin Hunter's still doing crazy. I forgot they had Des Bryant. Okay. Alright. William Jackson, 4 picks. Joe Hayden. Garyon Conley. Forgot about him. Yeesh. That's a rough one. Houston at least put up more of a fight, but Pittsburgh were just too much. Mahomes was good. Lamar was alright. James White was really good. Ajayi was good. If they weren't behind, they would have been able to run it more. Lamar ran it in for 2 touchdowns. D-Hop is really good. Torrey Smith had a good game. Ajayi had a bunch of catches for yards. They limited Streeter. I think that was the big thing. That was it. That was the reason. That was the reason the Texans can get done. And a very uneventful. Very uneventful way to get to where we're at. But I guess I'll check the yearly awards and see. RG3, of course. Still very crazy that he went there to the Eagles. And then, of course, Deshaun Watson. Okay. Andrew Luck, let's go, baby. Lamar's there. Rip Dwayne Haskins, man. Coach of the year with the Gerard Mayo. Odell wins Offensive Player of the Year. He was pretty good. Defensive Player of the Year, Akeem Ayers. Still managed to get... He had some down years, and then he came back and managed to get a good season there. Offensive Rookie of the Year, nothing crazy. Same thing with Defensive Rookie of the Year, although AJ Epinesa almost did for the Titans. Rodgers, Gurley, Odell, best receiver. Best lineman was former guard for the Jags, Even Britton. Texans, J.J. Watt. Akeem Ayers for linebacker. And that's it. So, yeah, I mean, that's 10 years there. I don't know if you guys want me to do more or not. I can. I kind of feel like we're in a good... I mean, to be fair, none of us managed to get back to the Super Bowl. So maybe Sinking could just... I'm not going to do it now, but I'll see with you guys maybe about doing just simming 10 years and seeing what happens. Like if we got to Super Bowls. Or if you want me to do season by season, I can do that too. I don't have a preference, but either way, thanks for watching, everyone. If you are still here somehow, I'm tired. I've been doing this for what is that? 4 hours? That's a little insane now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, 4 hours. Cool. Yeah, so 4 hours of my life spent on seeing the AFC South disappoint. Sounds accurate. But that's all. I will have some... I don't know why I'm doing outro stuff, but it just feels necessary. I am not going to do stuff normally like this. I will probably be sticking to more franchise stuff. I am going to start a franchise soon. Very soon, I hope. and I'm excited for it on Madden 26. It's going to be my first time really actually playing Madden 26 that much. I've played it very little, and it'll be interesting. I have a fun idea mixed with someone else's fun idea, and I think it'll be fun. And I hope you guys who are watching, if there's anyone still listening, I'm sure not because I'm just rambling. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day / night / next day / week / everything else. Yep. Hope your life is good. And hope you guys enjoyed seeing our teams just unravel and become unrecognizable and incapable of doing things. I guess lastly, before I say goodbye, let's just do a quick scan over everyone's teams before I end the video. Oh, Pat McAfee's a Jag now. Okay. Still have some of the guys there for the Jags, but a lot of new faces. Ton of new faces. Let's go to the Colts. Odell, Bobby Wagner, Hunter Williams, Troy Bosa, Ryan fucking Switzer. Costanza stayed the whole time. Kirk Cousins managed to start. Never really got you guys to the playoffs, though. Yeah, Titans are definitely on a downwards trajectory at this point. So, there's that. And I do think Lamar, Jesus Christ. I think overall, just to close it out, I do think the Texans had the best overall consistency. I think they were only bad one season, and I believe they were at least decent every other year. And they obviously made the AFC Championship twice or three times. 2 or 3 times. They made the playoffs pretty much every other year, for the most part, than that one year. And, I mean, they had a lot of success in the regular season, but postseason success was not there. Jags were the second best, I'd say. Obviously, 3 straight AFC championships, and then did make the playoffs a handful of times as well. Just never made it back to the AFC championship, and then started missing the playoffs. And then I would say Titans were next. They at least made the playoffs. Didn't really find any success, though. And then last would be the Colts, who just did not make the playoffs at all. But anyways, this was fun until I got tired. It's still interesting, and I'm glad I did it. Glad we did it, just to see what happened. Unfortunately, it did not work out. So, work out for any of our teams, I should say. But some guys definitely had some solo success. But thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good whatever time of day you are in and all the other stuff. And I hope you enjoyed. Have a good rest of thing. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.